and when he gets to his character will join you guys. So, I'm going to be live streaming, starting that now. Let's start off with a quick recap of last session as we always do. You guys are on level 4, the Sargoth level, and you'd made an uneasy alliance with Drow of House of Rinda. And they made a bit of a deal with you all. They wanted you guys to destroy one of the forces at play on level 4, either the Kuatoa or the Aboleth, or both. And in return, Malith will fit you with a raft and send you on down the River Sargoth into the river depths to the 5th level. However, that plan went horribly wrong when you guys were overwhelmed by the Aboleth, and you fought with everything you had, but it was not enough, and you guys were defeated. And you guys, in your final moments, looked around to see all of your companions being thrashed, crushed by tools, or whipped by the Aboleth's many tentacles. And the next thing you know is you all open your eyes to an unfamiliar environment. You're outside. You're in a forest. Some of you,
the underground forest.
Some of you are floating down a river. Others are washed up on a pebble-strewn beach. When you look up to the sky, it's nice and blue. A few clouds. You can feel the warm sunlight washing down on you. You've got no idea how you got here. Your last memory is that of fighting the Aboleth. And you feel strange, you feel sick, each and every one of you. You're coughing and spluttering, and we'll just take it from there. You'll notice you all have quite a few cuts and bruises, or just a few small injuries. Nox and Brew, you're in the river. The river is, it looks quite clear. You can see many fish swimming around you, but there's an occasional dead fish also just flowing down the river. Dagger, you find yourself on a small elven looking forest. You think it's elven because there is a signpost written in elven, right? About 30 feet to the north of you. Scamp, you look out to see a majestic view of a forest. Trees growing freely. Some of them reaching to a height of 100 feet, their canopy almost blocking out the warm sunlight from overhead in a tangled mess. Roland, you find yourself also surrounded by massive trees, huge trees with gnarled boughs forming a tangled canopy overhead, and you're on a beach strewn with pebbles. You guys all stand up, and you find you're all separated. You can hear the sound of birdsong. It's very peaceful. The river itself is sluggish, but clear, and you're just sort of floating on your back, Brew, spinning around in a circle slowly.
How's my death stank? If it's still at -2?
You feel like you've recovered from that.
Oh wow! Hey, benefits of dying again.
Well, no, that just means we've been out for a couple of days.
Wow.
You say we don't feel well. What do we feel? Like sick? Do we feel like we just haven't eaten, or have we eaten something bad, like kind of like stomach virus, or is it?
You take a look at your hands, Nox, and you pull up your sleeve. You find your skin is quite translucent and covered with slime. In fact, everyone notices that. Their skin is slimy. You can almost see through your flesh to your bone in some areas. It's that translucent.
Ew.
Dagger and Scamp and Roland, your flesh starts to feel quite itchy. But when you try to scratch it, it just hurts.
I'm going to. Is the river that we're in deep enough to swim in, or is it like shallow river?
You're not sure how deep it is, but yeah, you're easily able to swim. And
All right.
as you look to the north, Nox, you see quite a few rapids. You're actually being slowly pushed to the south. It seems very rough to the north, like the rapids are just stopped and you're just slowly being drifted southward.
All right. I will try and like best I can maneuver myself towards Brew and just kind of be like, Brew, oi!
Is that the voice in my head again? Hey, are you okay? Are you guys okay? I think we died.
Well, is this your help then?
I mean, it's possibly mine. Can I hear them?
Yeah.
From where I'm at.
Everyone could
Okay,
hear
and
that call from Nox over
they're
in this direction.
by the river.
Yeah. You notice many different types of trees here, Scamp, and berry bushes. There are coniferous trees and deciduous trees, berry bushes and shrubs and flowers. It's such a beautiful, well-kept forest. As you walk over towards the rest of the party to meet up, you do notice this signpost here. And it has some words written in 3 different languages: Common, Draconic, and Elvish. And it says a warning. Behold Willow's wood. Harm not, lest ye be harmed. And it doesn't take you very long to realize where you are. You're on level 5, the Willow Wood.
I do, and I don't know, I guess, where it may become relevant, but I did spend some of my downtime to research this place, and I have 3 pieces of lore that you said we would get to when we came here.
Indeed. You can think back to the research you did, and you learned 3 pieces of information. You learned that Willow is an archdruid who rules this forest and protects the denizens within. That's your first piece of lore. Second piece of lore you learn is that she has the ability to make this forest whatever season she pleases, and also control whether it's day or night through powerful magic gifted to her from Halister Blackcloak. That is a very rare piece of information indeed. And third, you know that she's friends with the Green Dragon, who also lairs here. You've heard that the Green Dragon has a sword lodged in its head, and this dragon has taken on the personality of this sentient sword that was lodged into its brain.
Do I happen to know if Willow is a benevolent being that may be able to help with our current diseased predicament?
From what you've heard, what you've researched, she's very powerful, an archdruid. You may be able to. She seems to behold great power.
Well, in that case, I'll wander over to our allies over here and explain that we are in the Willowwood and all that information I have gleaned about Willow and the dragon.
You also notice there's no sign of Cass. You call out to him and look around, but nowhere to be seen.
We better find him. I'll go start searching the river.
You can dive down and make an investigation check, Brew. As the water does look quite clear and it glistens through the spots of sunlight that break through the canopy, the water itself is actually quite dark once you dive underneath, and your visibility is very limited. You trawl the depth and you try to look for Cass. You don't see him. You can hold your breath for a couple of minutes, and you just find some junk. You pull up a rusted lantern. Alright, at this stage, Roland, Dagger, and Scamp, your skin starts to really, really burn, and it causes you some serious pain. It feels like your flesh is being melted away by acid. And Scamp, you take 4 acid damage. Roland, you take 4 acid damage. And Dagger, you take 2 acid damage. And
So sorry.
You just get this sudden urge to want to dip yourself in the water. You feel like it will relieve you.
I'll dive into the water.
Immediately, it's yeah. It's it feels so much better. The itching stops, the burning stops, and you just feel relieved.
Seeing them do that, now that I've prestidigitation myself dry and everything, do I feel itchy?
Yes. In fact, being dry makes you feel very, very uncomfortable. You'd be much more comfortable if you're soaking wet.
I immediately prestidigitation myself wet again.
Okay. I think you'd need to actually dive into the water. I don't think you can make yourself wet with prestidigitation.
Alright, fair enough.
I don't think it creates water or anything.
Fair enough. I will jump into the water then, immediately again.
You take a dive and immediately you feel much better as well.
I as a player know that this probably won't work, but Scamp would try it. Can I cast Lesser Restoration on myself?
Sure. You cast Lesser Restoration, Scamp, and you have all of your armor and weapons and magic items, including your Druidic Focus, Scamp. And you quickly locate that, and the spell simply fails. It doesn't consume your spell slot, but it has no effect as well at the same time.
I think maybe we need to seek out the druid that's on this level and hope that maybe she's friendly and can cure this, because I cannot.
All right. Well,
I will definitely say that this needs to end. By the by, Roland, have you seen my coin purse? It is. I think it fell off in the water.
no. Come to think of it, I don't have mine either.
Yeah, I'm down about 4.5K here.
Mine is also gone. Zeb, as a quick question, because usually I get to prepare spells in the morning. Could I do that now, or has that time passed?
You've already prepared spells. Just prepare whatever spells you'd usually prepare for an adventuring day. So yeah, you can change them around. But you don't have any recollection of you actually preparing these particular spells. You just found
So
that
normally I would not prepare, create, or destroy water, but knowing that I need water, I would prepare that. Would I have had that knowledge to prepare it before we woke up?
You wouldn't have. You wouldn't have needed that.
Okay.
And yeah, you guys find that every single valuable gemstone or coin has been taken from you. It's all gone.
Bad.
Nox is just throwing a tantrum.
Do I still have all my mushrooms that I had gathered and the tongues of madness?
Yeah. Any of your equipment, all of your backpacks are like sort of soaking wet, and just about everything you have is completely waterlogged. Everything is sort of covered in this disgusting slime as well, and there's actually a bit of like mold growing on your clothes and backpacks, and everything has this slimy texture to it. And also, Brew, you'll find that most of the items that you were carrying are also gone. But you have enough on you that you can carry it.
Okay, you want me to delete some things?
No, it's already been taken. There was enough taken so you could actually move around, because I think you had like 500 pounds and there was no way you could actually carry that.
Well, most of that was coin weight, which I think you said didn't. Or I thought you said that.
No, that was like 250 pounds of equipment that you had that couldn't be carried.
Oh, okay.
So it was.
I'm not actually seeing anything missing, but
Yep.
I guess I'm misremembering.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot that I had to take, but that was also. You've got no recollection of any of those items being taken, or what has happened since you had left.
How much? What's my actual carrying weight? What am I able to actually carry with those?
15 times your strength score. So it's like 225 pounds or something like that. The maximum carrying capacity. It'll tell you. It'll tell you if you're over encumbered on the character sheet.
Well, this is bad, guys. I don't know what to do. This is freaking me out. Scamp, can you do nothing?
I'm sorry, my magic isn't strong enough for this. That's why I think maybe we need to seek out the Archdruid here.
Putain. Gee.
Do we know where to start looking? Or should we just wander the forest and hope we come across them?
What did the signpost say? Or no, it just had the warning.
Yeah.
I saw a circle of like stones back in the other area. Do I know like what that was?
You didn't really get a good look at it, Scamp. You just sort of saw a mound in the distance with some stones on top. It looked like a grave.
Well, she's in the wood somewhere. We can look for her and maybe the dragon. I guess maybe make sure your water skins are full, and anything else, then we go inland.
And Dagger and Nox, just as you guys are standing here having this conversation, your skin's already starting to hurt again, and you feel like you need to take another dip. And it's not even been 10 minutes.
I could alternatively cast water breathing on us all again, and we could maybe explore the banks of the river to see if we see any signs of her.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to go far from the river.
You don't feel like you need to be fully submerged in water. You do think maybe emptying a water skin on yourself would sort of satisfy you for 10 or so minutes.
I said, let's fill our water skins, and we'll make it out. And once we start to itch, we'll dump the water on ourselves, and then make our way back. And then we can try a different route the next time. Unless we find another place where we can fill them. That is.
We just need to do something. This is driving me nuts. And doing like the crack addict, kind of like scratching my neck thing.
That's meth.
Oh god, any more of that water?
That's meth.
Ripples! Gives me wings!
Oh.
Come on, let's go.
About 20. We can only go about 20 minutes away. About 10 minutes away from the river.
Which means we need to be in a hurry.
You think 20 minutes is a good assessment if you have a water skin full?
No, I start walking in this general direction, kind of like, come on, let's go. Chop, chop.
You see another sign here with the same warning. Behold Willow's wood, harm not lest ye be harmed.
Is there a map on the screen? Because I'm not seeing it.
I'll recenter it for you. You see now?
Wait just a second. It's all white for me.
Might need to reload. It's a pretty big map, so it could take a minute to load up. Shouldn't be all white though. I'll move your token up while you're reloading.
Seeing this large stone circle that Scamp was speaking of, I just start calling out, Willow! Yoo-hoo! Big druid boss man!
Nox!
Come say hi to your friends!
Be reverent, Nox. Show a little bit of respect.
We're
I'm not cursing, am I?
to make friends with her. Don't annoy her.
I want to examine this circle.
Alright,
see if there's anything special about it.
Sure.
I would like to as well.
It's a small mound here, and you can see some thin rays of sunlight breaking through the dense canopy overhead. And all the trees in the area are covered in moss. There are small woodland critters, squirrels running up trees. There are owls nesting in branches. There are birds flying about. There are bats. There are rodents and other denizens. You feel like you're in a beautiful spring environment, in fact. There's even spiders crawling up the tree trunks. And you hear a voice as you come to the top of this mound. Help me. Please. Take my wand. You must use it to destroy Willow. She is an evil elf witch. She will not be happy that you're here. She'll destroy you all. You must use my power before she gets to you. Please.
And who are you?
The disembodied voice continues to speak. Her name is Chrisson. I used to be a companion to Willow, but she has been corrupted, driven into evil. And when she realizes you are here, she'll seek you out and destroy you. You must dig. Dig into my grave. There you'll find my corpse. I was killed by Willow's evil green dragon companion. I had a wand of fireballs. You can use it to defend yourself against her assault. Please, dig. Quickly. She will be aware that you are here very shortly.
Nox just kind of looks around and the group kind of shrugs a little and says, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not in the habit of following disembodied voices.
Can I tell if this mound is any sort of like druidic, like sealing something? Like maybe this lady was sealed away for like bad stuff by Willow?
The mound, it really just seems like a burial cairn or something like that. It doesn't seem to have any druidic bearing, but these are all obviously graves here, and most of the words from the graves are missing. There is one headstone that you can make out. It says, "Here lies Chrisson, human friend and companion."
I mean, do corrupted people usually bury their friends and give them nice gravestones?
She has been corrupted by Hallister. She was once my friend, but she has gone insane. You'll see them. The corpses. They are in the hundreds. She keeps their bones. She gave me the decency of the burial, but she killed me. Was killed by her hand.
And where would we find her in this pile of bones?
I will show you. I will show you where she is. But first, you must avenge me. Take my wand. Dig into my grave and find it.
Cocks an eyebrow at Roland, like, eh?
I don't see why not. I mean, if something pops out, we'll just kill it.
You guys start to feel a bit itchy now, and you feel like you may need to empty that water skin all over yourselves very soon.
Let's douse ourselves, dig up this wand of fireballs, and if that's indeed what it is.
Might just be a test. Maybe Willow's trying to see if we would go after her. We should leave it.
I am very hesitant to disturb the forest, given the sign.
Look, I'm not the one who typically has scruples about a grave, but in this place, when a disembodied voice tells you to do something, and offers you such a thing that would tip scales of combat, or even be used as a threatening method to such thing as a green dragon, I'd say that is potentially too good to be true. Not without some cost.
Please, you don't understand. She will destroy you. She summons the trees to attack. The wand of fireballs will be very effective against them, and you may have a chance of survival.
I'm gonna dump my water skin on myself.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Well, unfortunately, she may be our only hope, and curing ourselves of the disease that we find ourselves under at the moment. So, perhaps all of you are right. Maybe we shouldn't disturb this grave, and let's go jump back in the river, I guess.
No, don't leave. You must avenge me. Have you no heart? The crime she has committed. The deaths. The toll is in the hundreds. She will destroy you. Do not leave. Do not. And when you try to move, Nox, suddenly you just hear this little crackle of electricity behind you, and this little orb of light appears right next to you. It's relatively invisible. You can just see a faint outline of this will-o-wisp, and it tries to attack you when you try to leave and you refuse to help it. It is invisible, so it will have advantage to attack, as invisibility gives. It quickly hovers near you and tries to shock you. Static electricity can be heard crackling around it. The axe first. The will-o-wisp tries to shock you. Oops, I had it on whisper. An 18 on the attack. It hits you for 6 lightning damage.
For 3 lightning damage.
If you're resistant, then yes, 3.
Elemental affinity, baby.
Isn't that if you cast a spell with that type of magic, then you get the resistance for an hour?
Let me...
I think you even have to spend a sorcery point to do that.
Yeah, I don't think it just automatically gives you lightning resistance.
Oh, well, then in that case, it's
I mean, if you were a dragonborn, that'd be a different thing, but...
Alright, when it does that zap, it becomes visible, and you just see an orb about the size of a bowling ball. It's a yellowish light hovering a few feet above the ground with lightning crackling off of it. And it ends its turn there. Scamp.
So I'm just gonna like shake my finger at it. See, now, people that were looking for help and had good intentions in their heart would not hurt random travelers. And I'm gonna lava produce flame at it.
She is evil! She must be destroyed! And so do you!
It sounds to me like maybe you're the corrupted one.
Alright, you send a little fireball over towards the will-o-wisp, and it's very quick. It dodges straight out of the way. 15 misses.
I'm moving back.
Nox.
You were right. I was wrong. Fuck. I don't like this thing. I want it to go away. I will actually use my action to disengage and go 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm next to my friend. And yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like hold my ruined rod out and kind of like a no toque nada.
Rolling.
Well, let's see if this works. I'm not sure if it will. I'm pretty sure it can hear us because it's been talking to us. We'll throw a vicious mockery on it.
Okay, it'll make a wisdom save. And it fails, taking 6 psychic damage. You see the orb start to shrink a bit.
Yes, of course, you can get people to help by zapping them. That makes perfect sense. Dumb little thing.
Brew.
Free action, pull out a Morning Star and run up and swing at this thing recklessly.
An 11 misses. And a 21 hits it. When the Morning Star hits the will-o-wisp, you do find it's highly resistant, and this little expulsion of electricity as the will-o-wisp shrinks a little bit more. Dagger.
Attack. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yeah.
Hope you're feeling alright. I know you got a sore throat. It's all good.
Oh, she can still stab with the best of them.
There's a crit.
Oh, crit sneak attack.
Atta
Jesus.
girl.
The rapier goes into the
My sword
will-o-wisp,
is magical.
and it just completely disperses it. It shrinks down into its the size of a candle flame and then completely disappears and disperses.
I'm tired of people trying to tell us what to fucking do.
Bruce slaps you on the shoulder. Well done. Tempest is pleased.
I have no
Holy
fucking
sneak
clue
attack.
who Tempest is.
Well,
He's the god of war. And I'm his
skins, everybody?
priest. Brew thinks he's a priest.
And with that attack, the will-o-wisp is no more. And you just feel drawn to get back to the lake because of your skin. You take another dip, and it just feels so good to cover yourself with water.
Now, I may be in the wrong here, but I do see some sort of actual man-made structure. At least, I believe so. You don't see very many straight lines in nature. Maybe we
The
should go that
southeast-
way.
Southwest.
Yeah.
It looks like a crumbling wall.
Well,
Or
if
float
we're gonna
down the
be
river.
traveling by river,
channel.
if you guys want to hang around for 10 minutes, I can give you water breathing.
Oh yes, I'll take it.
Not-
It lasts for what,
Not
8
a bad
hours?
idea.
24 hours.
Even better.
Sit in the shallows as we all gather around Scamp.
Yep.
All right. Suddenly, as you're doing this, you notice something. Within an instant, someone turns off the lights, and you're no longer in a beautiful spring scene. You seem to be plunged into night, and a beautiful moonlit sky appears above you.
Oh,
And that was probably Willow.
well. She knows we're here. That's for sure.
Is
Can you
Willow
ritual cast?
Start to hear
Do we
crickets
know?
chirping, and the sound of the birds seem to subside very quickly. You can hear the hooting of owls.
I'm just gonna continue my ritual cast.
That happens around the end of your ritual, Scamp, and you guys find yourself plunged into darkness as well.
I get my weapon out. Keep an eye out for trouble as best I can.
Take a look
Well-
around, and you just see many animals retreating to their burrows or homes to rest.
Will produce flame work underwater?
Yeah, it's a magical flame, so it doesn't get put out by water.
SpongeBob rules.
It's like a arc spark from like a acetylene torch.
You see
Yeah.
They work underwater.
there's a crescent moon overhead, and there are stars dotting a black sky. There's no wind or breeze, and you feel the temperature drop immediately. So, they're a bit colder.
I fill up my water skin and just go I think there's a quick path this way, maybe.
Well, we could go that way. Actually, I think that leads to nowhere.
Nope.
I believe that's where I was washed up before. Oh, hold on.
As you swim down
Yeah.
the river, dipping its head into the river is a large brown bear. and it pulls its head out and looks towards you as you near it. And it lets out a growl.
Easy now. Easy.
Hey, you there? You got any food? And it speaks in common.
Oh my god, we're talking. It's a Disney movie.
I do.
Did that bear just talk, or is that just me again?
Oh, it was. You've heard. Oh, yes.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna
Short
toss,
answer.
toss a
Really,
ration.
You toss a ration to the bear and it sort of jumps up and catches it. And it starts pulling the ration apart and devouring it. Tasty, tasty. Thank you. Many fish dying here. Hard to get food now.
I do have some more rations if you would like. Do you happen to know where Willow is? And would you mind if we passed through here?
Oh, of course. You are okay. Willow protects the forest. If you are here, then Willow must allow it. I can take you to her house.
That would be awesome.
Quick question, Mr. Bear. Is her house very far from the river here? Because we have a condition.
I don't know. My memory is a little bit fuzzy. Perhaps food could clear it up a bit.
Right. Here. And I'll pull a ration out and I'll give him a ration as well.
It just devours it instantly, pulling it apart. And it eats the leather packet that the ration is in as well. Eats it whole.
I hold up 3 rations and go like, if you can get us there quickly, these are yours.
I'll take those out of the wrappings first.
Let's go.
Save those.
Follow me.
I'll make sure and top off my water thingy before leaving the water.
Just in case.
You guys top up your water skin. See more massive trees growing here. And there is a crumbling stone wall that seems to enclose the next part of the forest. And there's a break in the wall in which the brown bear leads you through to the south. And you hear some voices call out, "Hello! Hello!" And standing there under the moonlight are 2 elk that greet you.
This is decidedly odd. Hello!
You know, the next thing we'll have singing princesses or something. This is...
Scamp starts to sing.
"Hello, elk. These are my new companions. I'm taking them to see Willow." "Oh,
Oh,
that's not fair. How come you have a new friend?" "Oh, because I'm lucky, and they is feeding me. But you can eat all of the other things here. Me needs fish. Come. Don't get too close to the trees. They don't like being stood on. Some of them let me scratch my back, though."
It's very nice of them.
Do I know if elk eat mushrooms?
Yeah, they'd probably eat mushrooms.
As we're passing them, can I give them like a pound each of some of the Trilmac?
You pull the Trilmac out of your pack, Scamp, and it's completely covered in slime. And it sort of looks like your translucent skin a bit.
Oh, well, never mind.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
I think it's a little bit past its expiration date.
Oh, well, if you need food, there are lots of delicious trees around here that you can eat.
Well, thank you very much for the offer. I'll see if we can get permission from Willow for that.
I like to eat leaves. Hey, come on! Stop talking
I
to
gotta
the
go.
elks. They're a bore.
No, they're not. They're the elks. I have
Oh,
not
yeah.
seen any
Nice to
boars.
meet you. Bye.
I was about to say that.
I've lost sight of people because I
West.
don't
Over
have
here.
vision.
Scamp, this way.
Follow
Stay
the
with
brightly
group, stop
glowing
playing.
signals.
Alright, you
Stay with
notice
the group, stop playing with the elk.
something a little bit unnerving in this forest. As you look up, you see the trees have these dolls hanging from them, dangling down from little ropes.
Like Blair Witch style?
Yes, they look like this, but each one is a little bit different. Eerie looking totems.
Not
I ever-
creepy at all.
There is more than 100 of them dangling down in circular formations, hanging from the trees. And not only that, there are rusty weapons, burnt torch stubs, empty bottles, empty ration packets, and other worthless paraphernalia that looks like pieces of adventuring gear, snapped arrow shaft, rusted shields, and all of these totems are made from twigs and feathers and tattered bits of cloth, resembling crude dolls, but each one looks unique in its own right. And the brown bear continues to take you further to the west, and that's when you catch a glimpse of something even more unnerving. There are deep alcoves, each one roughly 10 feet wide and 15 feet tall, lining the west cavern wall. And those of you with dark vision could peer in to see dozens of skeletal remains clad in rotting clothes and furs in these alcoves.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Bear, tell me, the piles of bone, where did it come from?
Oh, those ones? That's from the dragon.
And does the dragon listen to Willow, or does Willow listen to the dragon?
Oh yes, they are friends. Willow put in the bones is there.
Awesome.
Look, it's Willow's house. And the bear nods his head towards the north, pointing his nose up towards a tower. It's carved to look like a squat stone tree with twisted stony boughs protruding from the walls. And there are massive bats hanging from the crumbling limbs of these tree branch-like appendages. Each one is hanging upside down like an ornament, with their wings wrapped tightly around their bodies. There is a single stone door indicating the entrance to this tower.
I, as promised, unwrap my 3 rations and give the bear kind of like a scratch behind the ear. Just, merci beaucoup. You enjoy these, even though they are, to you, probably nothing more than a snack.
Oh, I've never had a merci beaucoup before. Yum!
I will give him one too.
He just devours them all. And then sits down.
Madame Scan, it is probably wise if you go first. I will, myself and Roland will be happy to oblige in any way we can conversationally, but this seems to be much more your territory than ours.
So she'll give a nod.
And I look over at Dagger. Dagger, please make sure nothing kills us.
As you approach the tower, at the base there is a 12-foot high arched double door made from carved stone. It's carved with images of branches in a beautiful elven scene. And you see a doorbell, a rope with a bell attached to it next to the door.
Can I ring the bell and then call out in Druidic, hello.
You give the bell a ring, and this causes all the bats to flutter away. They take off into flight, spreading their gigantic wings out 15 feet from wing to wing. They disappear around the other side of the tower, and then suddenly the door opens, and stepping out, you may want to move back a step there, Scamp, and knocks in everyone, because stepping out is a gigantic walking tree.
Oh, hello.
You notice immediately the tree's trunk is carved in the likeness of Hallister's face.
Oh, hello. Can I help you with something?
If possible, we would like to meet with Lady Willow.
Oh yes, of course. I am at your service. I will take you right to her. My name is Hallistry. May I take your coats?
I'm afraid I don't have a coat.
Alright,
But
suddenly,
thank you.
as you're speaking,
Sounds
Scamp, it
like
becomes
Kermit.
it becomes increasingly hard for you to speak because you're in some serious pain. And Scamp, you take 10 points of acid damage. Roland, you take 7 acid damage. Brew, you take 1 acid damage. Dagger,
I doused myself.
you take 2 acid damage. You would have already doused yourself at this stage. And Nox, you take 1 acid damage.
Are you okay there?
No, I need help.
Do you happen to have any water we could maybe borrow?
Oh. Water? Oh, yes. Is it urgent?
Very.
We have a bit of a condition where we need to remain wet.
Oh, that is odd. I think I have the same condition. I need water to live as well. Come with me.
And the tree starts taking you off away from the tower to the north.
Very unusual request.
You head through another one of these low crumbling walls made from ceramic. And Hallistry takes you to this small pond. A little oasis here. And you guys are basically sprinting at this stage and dive straight in.
Thank you. That is so much better.
You hear an eerie sound as you splash around in this pond. Sounds like a horrible moan coming from the north, where you see a portcullis blocking a crumbling wall to your north. And this moan is persistent.
Hallistry, try to tell, what is the noise?
Oh, there are monsters. We should go back quickly. Willow's tried to drive them off. But they are dangerous. Do not get too close.
Quickly fill my water skin and continue.
Likewise.
Let's get back. Are you better? Are you photosynthesized now?
For a bit.
Well, I'm glad you dipped your roots into the water and you're feeling much better. Very well, come with me.
And Hallistry takes you inside the tower. And I'm just going to grab all your tokens and move you guys over to the interior. Okay, so this is same area where you guys just were, and Hallistry opens the first door and takes like any coats or whatever you have, hangs them up on hooks in this small entrance lobby, and creeps on in to the north. As you come into this room, you see dead leaves and twigs covering a dusty floor. The building's interior is completely made from stone. The room has a vaulted ceiling 20 feet high, and there is a balcony overhead. An open courtyard looking up all the way to the roof of the tower 60 feet overhead. The support pillars are carved to look like trees. Trees branches serves as the balcony's railings. And sitting here next to a displacer beast is an elven woman. She wears a gold key on a string around her neck. She has a crown made from gnarled branches. She is dressed in leather armor and pointy elven ears. She sits on a yellow throne made from crystal. And she has her arms resting on the armrests of this throne. Her eyes are closed as you enter, and Halistry just sort of tells you to stand here. The displacer beast, it's very hard to look at, because when you do look at it, there seems to be 5 of them in the same area, sort of shifting around and moving as the creature moves. Very hard to see.
I'm going to be bowing deeply until spoken to, basically.
She opens her eyes. Ah, greetings. You are dismissed, Halistry. Thank you for receiving our guests.
Of course. Any time, my lady. Adventurers, good day.
And Halistry opens a door to the north and creeps upstairs using the roots at the base of the tree trunk as feet and legs to move upstairs. The displacer beast growls a little bit, like a purry growl. It's okay, Chrisson. They have not harmed my forest. That is why they live. They are my guests for now. What is wrong with you all? He notices your disease immediately.
We got into a bit of a fight with an aboleth on the level above and came out worse for wear. I'm afraid my druidic magic is not strong enough to cure the disease, so I was hoping maybe you could help. I've heard good things about you.
She doesn't smile or frown. She just has a very sort of neutral look on her face, with a hint of concern. She looks at you, Scamp, tilts an eyebrow up. An aboleth, you say? And then she just starts speaking completely in druidic. Only you can understand, Scamp. Forest dweller, this concerns me that you have been corrupted by this disease. But the presence of an aboleth explains many things to me. My river has been tainted. I find dead fish flowing down my stream more frequently than ever before. I feel there is a corruption in the river Sargorth, and that is feeding into my river of depths. This is concerning for me. Something must be done about it. It is destroying the natural balance and ecosystem of my beautiful woods. As a fellow druid, you must be concerned, are you not?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to help clear the waters. You have a very beautiful forest, and the animals are extremely friendly.
Yes. Yes, they are. I watched you as you washed up on my shore. Quite a rough and tumble entrance to my woods. And I saw you at Chrisson's grave. What was that little sprite? And as she's talking to you guys, you start to need to drench yourself with water. Empty your water skins.
So I'm going to not do that until I can ask permission to do it first. So she's going to continue talking. I'm not drenching myself.
Alright.
I am.
You guys start to, for the most part, pulling out your water skins and drenching yourselves. Meanwhile, Scamp, you're in horrible pain and you take 6 points of acid damage. And Willow looks around at all of you doing this. And she stops talking in Druidic, and then she addresses you all in Common. This need for water, is it a side effect of having encountered the aboleth?
Yes, madame. It is something he's coated us in, or something that we are coated in from being around him that is eating at our skin. It is only satiated when we are wet.
Ah, very well. I may have to do something about this, so you're not in pain while we convene. However, I feel it will require some very strong magic. It will use most of my power. Why should I?
You mentioned the monster, your tree friend. Mentioned monsters north. We would be happy to attempt to rid you of them if that is something you would like. Or merely tell us what you would like. I'm sure we would be willing to do it.
Yes, the cloakers. There are cloakers that lair in a cave to the north. While they are not a part of my forest and ecosystem, they do disrupt some animals that wander too close to the gate. This is becoming a problem for me. I've tried to scare them off, but they simply return. It is upsetting the balance of my forest. While I cannot bring myself to harm the cloakers myself, I do believe in harming no living being, unless they are deserving, of course. And I find the cloakers are not deserving, but who am I to judge if a group of adventurers were to dispose of them? Are you saying you're willing to drive out the cloakers and defeat them in return for me to use my healing magic?
I would prefer, with great respect, I think we would all be very happy if you'd use the healing magics first so that we're not dying of time limits.
I do not have enough magic to cure you all.
Scam, maybe you could, I know that you mentioned you can at some points create water. Maybe she could create water to help us, at least for the moment.
I can create water. Maybe tomorrow. I didn't quite have the time to prepare that one.
I mean now.
Do you have any spare water skins we could take then, milady?
Water skins? Why, I have all the water I need through the plumbing I have created in all of the buildings here.
Oh, you have showers. Would you mind us taking a rinse and filling our carrying skins so that we may at least have some repose?
You are not free to wander my forest. until I can discern exactly who you are and what your intentions are. As far as I know, you're all slaves sent here to perform a manner of subterfuge. I have many enemies, I know, and if you've come here for a fight, I will gladly give it to you.
But we're not looking for a fight, and I think I speak for all of us when I say it's understandable that you would first want us to gain your trust. I would feel the same in your position. I would like to eventually rid myself of this disease and would be happy to help around the forest where you need. I would also like to eventually go back up into the 4th level and take care of that aboleth. I believe it is tainting your water, and if left to fester, it will likely not only upset the balance here, but the balance elsewhere as well.
She responds to you in Druidic. And as this is happening, everyone is in sheer pain. And Willow doesn't really seem to care too much about that. Scamp, you hit for 5. Roland, you hit for 12.
I'm not feeling too good.
Dagger, you hit for 7. Brew, you hit for 6. And Nox, you take 6 points of acid damage as you feel yourselves starting to have trouble breathing. Your throats are tightening and you're getting desperate for water. Willow is quite aware of your discomfort.
Can we wrap this up? I'm not feeling very well.
Before I can allow you into my forest freely, I must know what are your intentions in the long term. It's in Druidic.
I'll let her know in Druidic. I'm actually in Undermountain because I'm seeking an artifact to restore my Druid's Grove. It was burned down.
Alistair is quite the powerful mage. If he is who you seek, then I'm sure you will find him here if you continue your journey, but he is much, much deeper in Undermountain, and to get deeper you'll need to pass through my grove. And at this stage, Roland, you feel like you're about to just die almost.
Can I hand him my water skin since I hadn't used it yet?
Okay, you hand it off to Roland.
Oh, thank you, Scamp. You're an angel. As I pour it over me.
Even when you pour it on yourself, Roland, you see like Brew and Dagger probably trying to get a few splashes of that as well. As they stand close to you, the water just seems like the best thing. It's like oxygen. It's like air. You need it to live. And Willow sort of finally gets around to accepting you here in her forest. He speaks to you all again in common. Very well then. I can cure 4 of you now. This will be the entirety of my magic for today. Then, I will let you rest. Those of you that need the water, I will see to it that you have constant water applied to your flesh. You will rest here for the night. When you awaken the next day, you will go and clear out the cloakers. And then, if you truly do care about my forest and my ecosystem, I will heal the remaining 2 of you. And you shall be free to wander my forest.
Thank you, milady. Please, can you heal our small friend there with the instrument? He's about to pass out.
Yes, come before me, 4 of you, the ones who wish to be cured. Halistry, fetch some pails of water, please.
Of course. Yes, my lady.
Roland will step forward with no hesitation. He's almost delirious with pain at this point. I'm sure.
I'm gonna look at Brew and be like,
Yeah, you guys go. No, you guys go ahead. I've probably can take it for longer. So
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to argue, so I just want to, at least ask.
You too, Dagger.
Alright, the displaced beast growls as you near Willow, and she sort of shushes it. Shh, Chrisson, it's okay. They will receive my treatment, my power. Step before me. And she expects you to like go up to her throne. Alright, you go up first, Scamp, and she reaches down, places a hand on you, and casts Heal. You recover 70 hit points, and your disease is cured. Immediately, the translucent quality disappears from your skin, and you feel brand new.
I'll bow quickly and say thank you in Druidic and then step back.
Okay. Who will be next?
I push Roland forward.
Well, I was gonna say Dagger, ladies first.
I push Roland forward.
Alright, she reaches down and she conjures even more of her magic, using a 7th level spell slot to cast Heal on Dagger. And immediately, Dagger, your disease is lifted and you healed for 70 hit points. And then she does the same to Roland and does the same to Nox. And you can see her breathing quite heavy as she casts the last spell. It has drained much of my power. I must continue meditating and pray to the forest gods for more power now. He will grant me more.
I'll bow deeply. Thank you. And
Nox feeling a little awkward around someone that powerful, just kind of does the whole like half nod, half bow really quick. Yeah, thank you very much.
Very well. And Halistri comes down with buckets of water and just pours them all over Brew and Nox. Just Brew. Yeah, he's just got some pails of water, drenches you. And
Thank you.
Willow nods. Very well. I will have Halistri continue to administer you water on regular intervals as you rest. Now, you may exit. In the morning, I'll send some of my servants and followers to collect you. When you awaken, they will take you to the cloakers. There, you'll be tasked to destroy them. I'll be watching. Be sure not to harm any animals in my delicate ecosystem here. I have spent much of my lifetime creating this beautiful glade. Do you understand this?
Aye, we do.
You may forage for berries. You may collect twigs and branches, but you are not to harm a single animal. And by all means, you will not dig in my forest. Otherwise, I will have to destroy you.
of course.
Understood.
The ecosystem is far more important than your lives. Now, go. And you, Druid, I'll not have you create any roses in my forest. Do not like roses.
Yes, ma'am.
Roland just looks at Nox on the way out and just kind of goes, "Whew. That was pretty close."
No chopping down trees and no fires. She calls out as well. I have many spies in the forest.
Very close.
As we walk out, I'm just going like, and you wanted to dig up that wand. This is why we don't listen to disembodied voices.
Well, I didn't know.
It's a disembodied voice.
Halistree's waiting for you at the exit, giving you your coats and stuff back.
There you are. Good day.
Thank you, Halistree.
And he's got like 20 pails of water on all of his different branches hanging off. Just throwing them over Brew regularly. And I'll just move you guys back outside now.
Well, once we get to a good spot, did we want to rest, or should we just damn it all and go cloaker hunting now?
Well, it sounded like she wanted us to rest first, and I think probably we should listen to her.
Oh, you don't have to rest. She just suggested it.
Oh, okay. Then I see no problem going. However, I wouldn't want Halistree to get hurt. Perhaps we could carry some of the buckets and keep Brew wet so that you don't have to go into the cloaker area, Halistree?
Oh, I'm not going in there. No way.
Halistree, do you mind if you put them down here? We can fill the water skins we have in the meantime. It would give us at least a bit of time.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
He places 20 buckets down on the ground and goes back inside. The bear just goes up to the bucket and starts drinking from it.
I mean, we're just pouring out on Brew. It won't do any different. So.
Well, I'll fill up a water skin and I'll pick up a bucket to carry.
Yeah.
We put the buckets upright in our bag of holding. Will they spill?
Yeah.
Like, that's a very good question. How does interdimensional physics work?
It's just a space inside.
Yeah.
So things will be thrown around and whatnot inside.
Well, we could have a bag of holding that's just full of water, but everything would be wet inside.
Well, mine's basically empty anyways.
I think he's saying to take everything out of that bag of holding and just make it water.
I've got a bag of holding that's almost empty. Like,
I mean, if you want to do that, I would be fine with that. We'll just transfer the few things you have and then fill it up.
I take out the brew egg and the crystal skull.
Ah,
The bag is now empty.
wow, that's it. Okay.
Well, I had all the spell books that we sold.
All right. I'll slip the brew egg and the crystal skull into my bag of holding.
And then I will proceed to pour the 20 buckets of water into my bag of holding.
Alright, you fill the bag of holding up with water. And it's practically completely full. Make sure that you don't tip too much in that it breaks. And then the bear's just waiting for you all while you're doing this and is pestering Scamp for some food.
Hey. Any more of them tasties?
Oh, yes. And I'll give him another ration.
Alright, the bear just devours it.
This water is much tastier than the river as well.
I bet. Shall we go hunting some cloaker? Does anyone even know what the cloaker is? I do not know what this thing is.
I don't know. Mr. Bear, you need to stay here because we're going somewhere dangerous and you can't get hurt.
I know I can't get hurt. I'm strong.
You are very strong. However, if you stay here,
Look, I'll give you all of this, and I'm going to give him the rest of my rations. Like a big pile, so that hopefully he'll stay here eating for a while and not come with us.
Make an animal handling check, Scam.
Can I have advantage on it because
for.
of my speech of beast and leaf?
Is that something that gives you advantage?
It's charisma checks,
Yeah.
technically.
Then you do.
Oh, lucky.
Alright, the bear just seems very pleased.
Okay, whatever you say, miss. You're very nice, and if you think it's dangerous, I trust your judgment. Can I have that egg over there?
No. That egg will make you go boom. It's a very bad egg to eat.
Oh, okay.
The bear just sits down and starts tearing into the rations, eats his fill.
Oh, man. Could you imagine if it ate the brew egg? That would be terrible. Remember what it did to that owlbear.
And as you guys step out through this crumbling wall, it's a 20-foot high platform covered in ivy. And suddenly, the lights go back on. And it's daytime again. The moon disappears, as does the stars, and everything is warm and shining bright.
Well,
Thank you, Willow.
thank Lady Willow for that.
As they're walking, Scamp just like face palms. She goes, "Oh, I forgot to ask her for a shrubbery."
Oh,
shrubbery?
Scamp, I'm sure that she'll be happy to give you one if we take care of this cloaker problem.
I can still hear these moans persisting from the northeast.
Just a quick question, Seb. These over here, are these statues
Where?
that I'm seeing? Oh, over it's way to the west.
Yes, you do see dozens of statues.
Something to check out later.
She said the cloakers were in a cave just to the north in general.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure we can just follow the moons. Brew diving into the water. Big splash.
Cannonball!
Careful, Brew. Don't hurt any fish.
You see multiple buildings over here and over here set up on a little mound, completely enclosed by a 20-foot high wall. And then to the west, you can see a 15-foot high iron portcullis embedded into a stone wall that's 20 feet high. And it starts at the mouth of a long tunnel. You can't see any way through. And the tunnel is dark beyond the portcullis.
Are the moans coming from there, or are they coming from further north?
There's this persistent moan. It sounds very loud and very echoey.
If I look inside, does it look like there's any way to like a mechanism on the inside that would open the portcullis?
Make a perception check. You take a look in. It's very gloomy and dark there, Scamp, and you can make out what looks like a stone staircase wrapping around to the north up that leads up to the top of this guard tower, but you can't see any mechanism to open it.
I'm gonna look around, see if I can find anything with my thief tools or anything.
You can make a
traps or anything.
perception check as well, Dagger. And you're not seeing anything that stands out as a trap. The stone battlement, as well as the portcullis, is covered with ivy and vines that are interlaced in between the crisscross iron brackets of the portcullis.
Oh. Maybe Brew can raise it up.
I could turn into a spider and get inside and take a better look around, maybe. I'm very hesitant to do anything that might destroy any aspect of the land.
Yeah, we're sure. We're sure. Worth a shot.
There is a cave beyond this, right? It's not like a man-made building.
Tunnel. It looks like a natural tunnel, and it goes on as far as your vision permits.
Well, if Brew can lift it, we can put a pit and at least try to wedge it so it will stay partially open for at least.
Yeah, but I don't want to break it.
I'm just afraid forcing it open might break it.
Well, if you want to go through and look around.
I'm gonna wild shape into a spider and crawl inside and try and figure out how to open this thing.
Alrighty. You transform into a spider and you're easily able to fit through the crisscrosses of the portcullis. And you crawl on through. You can see a tunnel extending on where these moons are coming from. Whoops, wrong side. See a stone staircase, like a ramp leading up to the north. As you crawl along the ground, using your many eyes to see a variety of different views, like a kaleidoscope, you notice immediately a lever just inside, around the corner, like a winch mechanism.
So I'm gonna pop back into scamp form and pull the lever.
Alrighty, you crank the lever down and sure enough, you hear the sound of the portcullis and the winch, and it opens up the gate.
Well done, Scamp.
Spider Scamp.
All the while there is this moan that continues, and it's very, very dark in here.
I think maybe we should close it behind us so as not to let anything nasty out.
Sounds
My produce flame needs to be fixed. I'm gonna pull the lever to hopefully close the gate again.
Okay. You close the gate behind you. You hear it slam shut, and you pull out a produce flame, illuminate the surrounding area slightly.
So at the top of the staircase, is this look out onto the top of the portcullis? Is that what I'm seeing?
You head on through, and it leads up about 10 feet into a guardhouse. And you notice something a little bit strange, Nox. Through the wall of the guardhouse, you're actually able to look out into the forest. Like there is some sort of one-way mirror or something like that. You'd liken it to a one-way mirror.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Like arrow slits looking out to the forest. But yeah, it's just an empty guardhouse, and there are just small rocks, bits of other detritus and leaves scattered about. Meanwhile, this moan, it just echoes off every wall. It seems to be coming from deeper in this this long tunnel. There are 2 caves up ahead as well, 2 side caves.
Ah, side caves. Not always the best thing to find. I do want to take a quick peek into one of these side caves. Are they fairly empty?
You take a look around, Roland, and the cave is natural formed. The ceiling is about 20 feet high, and the cave is bereft of any furnishings or treasure. But then something just hits you unexpectedly.
Ah, of course.
And
This is why I came with you.
everybody is surprised by this.
Ah.
And Dagger,
Flying meteor.
you're hidden.
Hello,
You know
Mr.
what?
Cloaker. Oh no.
Okay. Up on the ceiling, looking like a shadow or a black splodge, lurks a cloaker. It resembles a manta ray. Leathery black skin, has a long, barbed, stinging tail. It's made completely out of cartilage and muscle. A very thin tail that starts to unfurl, as does its fins as it drops down from the ceiling. With its wings attached to the ceiling, it was completely indistinguishable from just a shadow on the roof. And this is what it looks like. And it was able to surprise everyone with its stealth check.
I'm going to activate my feral instinct.
That'll be on your turn there, Brew.
If you are surprised at the beginning of combat and aren't incapacitated, you can act normally on your first turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that now, or?
Well, when it's your turn, you'll get to do it.
Cool.
But yes, you'll be able to avoid being surprised that way. Okay, so Anox, you're surprised. And then this cloaker, which you haven't noticed, it just drops down a little bit to get into range. And it tries to bite you, Nox. And it's going to have advantage due to it being hidden and unseen from you.
Oh, it seems empty in here, Nox. Oh my god!
I had it on whisper. Alright. A 25 to hit, Nox. It hits you for 11 piercing damage.
Jeez.
Alright, when this happens, the cloaker has dropped onto the ceiling and wrapped around your face. It tries to wrap around your face. It extends its tail down. Its tail wraps around your waist, and then it you just see these glowing eyes of this horrible looking creature. Sharp teeth. It's bit onto your neck, and then it tries to wrap its wings around your head to suffocate you. As it's got its tail wrapped around you, it's attached to you, Nox. And while it's attached to you, it has advantage to attack you.
Goody.
Oh wait, actually I don't think it's going to have advantage just yet. Let me just double check. Okay, at the moment, its tail won't have advantage. It tries to, as the tail wraps around your waist, the pointed stinger part of the tail, it's sort of free, and it just tries to lodge into your back. And it misses. So it's attached to you, wrapped around you, Nox. Dagger, you're surprised. And Roland, you're surprised. And Brew, you're going to rage?
Yeah, bonus action rage.
Okay. You fly into a rage to prevent yourself from being surprised.
And then I'm gonna go up. Is it possible to try to grapple this thing so it can't, wrap itself around?
You can try and detach it with a strength check.
Okay.
Somebody call my hero.
That's well. First of all, you have to be in melee reach, Brew, and you also did a strength save.
Oh, right. Can I free action light a torch?
Okay, you light a torch, and the cloaker hisses as you come closer to it with the light. Really doesn't like that, and you get a 14 on a strength check. You try to grab the cloaker off, but it's not enough. It's still attached to Nox. You grab onto it and pull it, but its tail is just, it's too strong.
Cool. Does that count as an attack or as an action?
It's an action. Takes an action to detach the cloaker.
Okay. That's
Scamp, you're surprised. Alright, another cloaker swoops down from the cave to the north. And it whips its tail at Nox. This cloaker is on the ceiling at the moment, which is 20 feet high. It comes down just enough to use its reach for its tail. Whips its tail in at Nox first, and the tail hits you. Or does it?
No.
Alright, a 20 is going to miss. You quickly cast shield, and the tail bounces off. And then the cloaker tries to get at you, but seeing Brew in the way, it's going to bite Brew instead. And a 12 is a miss. And the cloaker sort of hisses. It doesn't like that light. And it's going to actually just end its turn there. Nox, you're up.
I'm going to fuck. I'm actually going to reach out and touch the cloaker that's trying to wrap itself around me, and just be like, no, you unhand me, you son of a bitch.
That hits. You grab it and you shock it for 16 lightning damage. And you shock the reaction out of the cloaker, but it's still firmly attached to your waist.
I will try and struggle to get out. But
when this happens, Nox, something happens as well. Some of the energy from your shocking grasp is transferred to you, and you're hit for 8 lightning damage as you absorb half of the damage the cloaker takes, and it transfers the damage to you.
Okay. Cool story.
Alright, the cloaker now continues to try and wrap around you. It gets its reaction back, and it takes a bite at Nox, with advantage this time. And it's a crit. Alright, it's a crit.
That's right. Sorry, it's a crit, yeah. I wouldn't have done that.
Alright, now it fully wraps around your head, Nox. It bites you for 11 piercing damage, and it sort of shrinks as it wraps around your head completely. And when this happens, you're blinded and you're unable to breathe. You quickly take a gasp of air as it comes in, and you are not suffocating, but you will be if you can't breathe for long enough. And now it's fully wrapped around your head, and it's going to keep on trying to incapacitate you with its tail. It misses with a 14. The cloaker ends its turn there. Dagger.
What have my friends gotten themselves into? See, I'm calling you my friends now.
Alright, Dagger, you're hidden at the moment. But running up to the cloaker, it's you're sort of in plain view and you won't be able to remain hidden.
That's fine. I'm still gonna get my sneak attack.
Yeah.
As long as I hit.
25 hits. Alright, you drive the rapier into the back of the cloaker and it lets out this horrible moan. Sounds strange. And you stab it for 31 piercing damage, doing some serious damage to that cloaker.
You stabbed the shit out of it.
And I am going to bonus action disengage to here. That's all my movement.
Okay. Rolling.
So, I'm hoping they're intelligent enough to get a joke. They seem. Would I know if they're intelligent enough to understand a joke?
They seem very coordinated and intelligent, and in fact, they're even whispering to one another in a language. In Undercommon, Dagger can understand it. Get that one! I've got him now! I'll choke him, you stab him!
Alright, I'll tell.
Go for the fat one next!
I'll tell a very bad joke to the one that's on
They're
Nox.
calling you Fat Brew.
And I'm gonna cast Tasha's on the one that's on Nox currently.
Alright. That's a wisdom save for the cloaker. And it fails. It becomes incapacitated and it falls prone.
So, my next question, does it take Nox with it down to the ground, or does it fall off of Nox?
It sort of falls over on the ground. It's large enough to be prone but still be attached to Nox's head.
Shit. I tried. Let's see. And then I'm going to look to Brew. I believe in you. Bardic Inspiration for Brew. It's a bonus action. And that thing's laughing its ass off, so I'm gonna run over here. And that's gonna be my turn.
Brew.
I will attempt again to take it off of Nox. Take this nasty face slug up.
Alright, give us a strength check. Alright, you grab the cloaker and you're able to dislodge it from Nox, and you sort of throw it off him, and it sort of billows like a cloak, and you just throw it onto the ground away from Nox. A scamp.
Is this thing like right next to me to where I have a disadvantage, or is it like up in the air to where I have some range?
It's in melee range. And also, actually, Brew, your rage, I think, actually ends. Because you didn't take any damage or deal any damage. In 2 turns.
I have to... Oh, so those don't count as attacks? Okay.
Yeah, no, you didn't attack. So your rage will actually end now. So, yeah, this cloaker is in melee range. Scamp.
I'm going to then... I'm going to bonus action hidden step to go invisible and get out of range so that I can lob a produce flame at it.
Okay, you have advantage. And a 21 hits for 11 fire damage. Now, remind me, do you become visible after you attack?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You are hit in the back and the cloaker hisses as it takes 11 fire damage. And it turns towards you and mutters, you're gonna pay for that. And when you do that, Scamp, you're actually, your light is going to go. It's gonna go bye-bye as you throw the flame. You see these two glowing red eyes glaring at you. Alright, the cloaker provokes from you, Brew, as it flies over beyond Scamp. Actually, it's going to fly here first. Provokes an opportunity attack.
Right, I'm not holding a weapon at the moment, so I'll just try to punch it, I guess.
That's still a D4.
Ignore the grab bombs.
21 is a hit. You whack it for 4 bludgeoning damage as it leaves your reach. And now the cloak is going to fly over here, overhead, over Scamp's head, and actually provoke from dagger. You take a swing at it, dagger, but a 12 bounces off its flesh. And as you swing at it, dagger, it's going to respond by whipping its tail at you, over Scamp's head, and for 5 slashing damage. It slashes you like a serrated knife. And now you notice the cloaker is hard to see. In fact, there are 4 cloakers here. It sort of reminds you of the Displacer Beast. And as it moves, you can't tell which one's which. It's like a mirror image. There are 4 cloakers that sort of move and act exactly the same, shifting position to make it impossible to track which is the real cloaker. It's going to take a bite at Scam with its second attack, but it misses. And it's got a bit more movement. It'll provoke from you, Scamp, moving back another 10 feet. Try to whack it with a quarterstaff. And it's a miss. You don't hit either the cloaker or the duplicates. Ends its turn there. This tunnel is only 15 feet wide and the cloaker is unable to get out of melee reach. Nox, you're not blinded anymore. The cloak has been taken off of you.
If I move, would that provoke an opportunity attack from it? Because
it's incapacitated, so it can't take actions or reactions. No opportunity attack.
Okay. So I will.
He's laughing.
Slide by Brew here, head up towards the girls, and just be like, "Which way did it go?" And wait for one of them to kind of point in the general direction. And I'm gonna just lob a shatter at it.
Okay. All right. Roll me a Have a look.
It's 15-foot cube, so I don't know, like.
Roll me a D100.
Oh.
I don't have really good luck with these. Last time this happened, I died, so.
Alrighty, you lob a shatter at the cloaker, and there are 4 of them furrowing around, and you only catch one of the duplicates and destroy one of the duplicates. Now there are 3 cloakers in that area.
Oh, wow. That's like a really advanced form of mirror image.
Yep, even with an area of effect spell, it is moving so quickly that, yeah, you're unable to actually target the particular, which one is the real cloaker, and you only destroy a duplicate.
Interesting.
Okay. Fair enough.
Actually, it still has to make it's a duplicate, or if a duplicate fails a saving throw that deals damage. Okay, it actually still gets a saving throw as well for that.
Oh, really?
So actually, you don't even destroy the duplicate.
Oh, no.
It just, it passes straight through the duplicate.
Uh-oh. Alright, cool. I will then, take...
It's more of a, some sort of like strong illusion spell, like a phantasmal force, rather than just a simple sensory.
Take another couple steps back, and that's that.
I think you moved too many squares there, Nox. You'll be there for 30 feet. Alright, this cloaker is going to make a wisdom save. And it's chuckling on the ground. I'm going to murder you for that, says in Undercommon.
I don't understand you.
And ends its turn there. Dagger can translate for you. What do you tell Roland that it said, Dagger? I know his throat saw
Called
Dagger.
you fat.
What? Well, that's just rude.
Okay, you're up, Dagger. You've got a cloaker on the ground in this cave, and this cloaker trying to head down the tunnel. Now you notice this cloaker, it doesn't have the same sort of duplicate effect as the torchlight shines on the cloaker. Any phantasms are dispelled.
Oh, good to know.
We need to light these puppies up with light. Shit.
A 12 is a miss. Your rapier hits its leathery skin and does not go through. Rolling.
Let's see. I'm going to for the people that I can see, I'm gonna bonus action Mantle of Inspiration. So power chord here stands on end kind of thing again. As it kind of travels through the group. So the three that I can see, so everybody but Scamp, unfortunately. 8 temp hit points and can move as a reaction if you still have it.
I will be staying where I am. But I love the hit points.
You don't have your reaction, Brew. You used it before.
Right.
Alright, Dagger, you
Thank
move.
Alright. This thing probably does want to kill me. I'm feeling lucky.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah,
I'll tell it
wants to
another
kill
bad
you.
joke.
Another bad joke.
Another bad joke.
He wants to kill you.
Haha!
Roland.
Just as the cloaker's trying to get up, it just
Brew fat.
kills back over.
Oh, I can't. I wouldn't actually be able to make it through brew, so I'm not gonna move. I lied. Alright, so as long as we can keep this one incapacitated for a moment. That's my turn.
Brew.
It looks like I can hit that thing without it breaking the spell, right?
Well, it gets another saving throw, but at advantage whenever it takes damage. So.
Oh. Alright, so maybe I should leave it alone then. Okay, I'll chase the other one. Which way did it go?
And you'll be taking the torchlight with you, which is good.
So that'd be 15 because I'd be passing through dagger, I think, right?
Yeah. Alright, you run up to the cloaker and it hisses as you reach it. Using 40 feet of movement.
Perfect. That's exactly what I have. And I guess I'll need to drop the torch and pull out a weapon. And I'll swing.
Alrighty, drop the torch on the ground. Oh, the cloaker really hisses. It doesn't like that torch. And let me just fix that lighting up. Torch. Okay, torch goes on the ground and a 21 hits. Alright, you whack the cloaker for 4 piercing damage. You also, the duplicates disappear as the torchlight goes near it. You swing again, but an 11 misses. Scam.
I am going to lob another produce flame at this guy.
That hits him. For 7 fire damage, the cloaker is very badly injured. Multiple patches of its flesh are exposed and it looks like it may try to flee. It just snuffs the torch with its tail. It just picks it up and drives it into the ground. And when that happens, you are plunged into darkness. And the cloaker roars. The first thing it's going to do is try and bite Brew, and it has advantage due to not being able to see. It hits 22. It bites you for 7 piercing damage, Brew, and it wraps its tail around you. Then it tries to pierce its tail into you as well, and an 8 misses, and it is attached to you there. Nox.
I seen the light go out. I am going to quickly whip out a torch as well and run forward. So that's 5, 10, 15.
It'll be 20.
If I'm standing here,
it's only 5 feet
20.
wide.
If I'm standing here, I know it's attached to Brew. Does that make it now within melee range, or is it still like?
Its tail's wrapped around his waist, and then the wings are trying to like smother his head.
Okay, I would have actually then only come to here. So I wanted to just be able to see it, but not be within melee range. And I'm going to 5, fuck it. With my other free hand, whip out the diamond and cast Chromatic Orb at it. Oh, fuck.
It's a miss.
And I will burn a sorcery point for 2 sorcery points, quicken spell, the firebolt.
And that misses. Each spell hits the wall and bits of rock break off onto the ground. Alright, Mr. Cloaker over here keeps on laughing and he stops and just eyes you, Roland.
Want another joke? I got a lot.
It says in Undercommon, these are getting old. Dagger.
Does this one have duplicates anymore?
Yes, there are duplicates on this cloaker.
No, I meant the one by Brew.
No. Nox got a torch out.
Okay.
You hit it with a 20. Alright, when you hit it with the crossbow bolt, it transfers the damage to Brew. And Brew, you take 7 points of damage. Cloaker takes 6. Sort of constricts you and transfers the energy through its tail.
That's alright. Keep hitting it.
Rolling.
What I know about the torchlight trick?
Yeah, it's got a very visible effect.
Okay, I will pull out a torch and light it and kind of drop it on the ground, so I'm not like holding on to it.
Okay.
There you are. Let's see here. What am I going to do?
The duplicates immediately just they vanish under the bright light and the cloaker hisses in response.
A hypnotic pattern will get dagger too. Let's I'm going to 15, 20, 25. And when I get there, can I get the hypnotic pattern template?
Now you'll be able to just hit the cloaker. You don't.
Okay, I didn't know because I didn't know if I could see a point where it wouldn't get to me as well. But
yeah, you could just center it here and it'll hit just the cloaker. All right, you send up a hypnotic pattern this time. All these swirling colors appear on the roof, and the cloaker fails.
Aha!
And it becomes charmed by you, and while it's charmed, it's incapacitated and has 0 speed.
Alright, that's my full 30. And I'm seeing what dagger can do to these things. I believe in you, Dagger. Part of inspiration for her. My bonus action. In case she wants to do some crazy sneak shit. And that's my turn.
Brew.
Am I able to melee with this creature?
You can attack it.
Okay, I will do so. And I will be reckless.
Okay. A 17 hits. Alright, you whack the cloaker and it transfers the damage, so you take 3 piercing damage and it takes the rest.
And I'll do it again.
And it's a crit. Alright, you hit it for 7 as you also inflict 7 points to yourself.
The self crit. It's still going. Alright.
Scamp.
I'm gonna step back and reach out and...
As you step back, the tail extends and the cloaker opportunity attacks you. And it crits you, Scamp, slashing you for 14 points of damage.
Okay, so I'm still gonna... I miscalculated its reach. Anyway, I'm still gonna hit Nox with Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Oh, merci beaucoup, madame. That's awesome. That's some good stuff.
And then I'm gonna bonus action and use do 3 of my Fate Energy dice on Brew.
Scamp's married?
Thank you much.
So 14 healing and 3 temporary hit points.
I think Scamp's a mademoiselle.
Alright, the cloaker is going to try and wrap its wings around Brew for bite at advantage. 17 is a miss. Then it's going to unattach itself and it's going to tail attack you, Brew. That misses. And then it starts flying away. Evokes from you, Brew. Roll me a D100. Alright, as it gets out of your reach, the phantasms kick in, and you hit one of the phantasms and destroy it. It heads into the darkness to the north, where you see an open gate, and the cloaker flies through the gate. And up. Into a large cavern to the north. Nox.
I will come down here and look at the room and be like, should we kill this one too, or should I let Brute take the first swing?
Well, we might need to go after the other one before it gets away. This one's not going anywhere for the moment.
Fair call. I will... Ooh. Curiosity question, Seb.
Yeah.
If I wanted to twin a spell, say I twin haste, I know that's a touch spell. Could I say I tap dagger, run up and tap brew, or is that not something that can be done?
The spell is
or is it instantaneous?
instant. Yeah, it's instantaneous,
okay.
so it has to happen at the same time.
Okay. Fuck. Alright, then. I will...
As I said, don't haste roll one. It would be an absolute waste.
Really? Fuck, I don't know what to do. Well, if that one's taken care of, then I will go back 10 feet. Move another 10 feet, and that's my turn.
Alright, this cloaker is just incapacitated, and you hear it just calling out. Help! Help me! But it says this in... It cries for help, but I don't think anyone can understand the language it's speaking now, but it's pretty obvious that it's moaning for help. Dagger.
How long is that one out of commission?
It's a minute.
Rolling? A minute. I say we take care of this one.
Well, the choice is yours.
It's going to take us more than a minute to get to the other one, probably.
You do have advantage on it. It's prone.
Come help me, Brew.
Alright, the cloaker is upside down here, its wings spread out, just stuck to the ground. Rise slightly and keeps moaning. And a 23 is a hit. You stab it for 17 points of damage.
I did crappy damage. Crappy.
17's a hell of a lot more than rolling can do.
The cloaker just whips around on the ground here. It starts to snap out of the charm.
Now, since he's prone, if I dash as a bonus action, does he get a reaction?
He'll be able to opportunity attack you, but it will be at disadvantage.
I'll still do it.
Okay, it's gonna try to leap up and bite you as you move away, Dagger. But a 12 is a miss, it just snaps into the air. And is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Right, Roland, you hear the dagger, you hear the cloaker just mocking you or threatening you, and Dagger, you can clearly hear what it's saying. I'm gonna wrap around your head, I'm gonna suffocate you, snap your neck, and then I'm going to devour your brains.
Is it talking shit, Dagger?
Well, yes, but I kind of like its trash talk. It wants to wrap around your neck and eat your brains.
Yes, that's right, and while I'm choking you to death, I'm gonna make you watch as I use my tail to drive it through the hearts of your allies.
I like its attitude, but it still needs to die.
You will see. You know only doom and dread by the time I'm finished with you.
In that case, since I'm not concentrating on hypnotic pattern anymore because it's now awake and talking mad shit, I will I will like clap Dagger on the shoulder You're up, friend. And I'm gonna cast Greater Invisibility on Dagger.
Alright.
Kick its ass for me.
Okay,
As I
you
scamper
run away.
As I scamper away. I'm not trying to stay there.
Get back here, you little pretty elf. I'm going to devour you. Eat your face.
Was that one an elf?
No. I'm a tiefling that looks a lot like an elf.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a tail though, which is it kind of makes it a little harder to tell.
Brew.
My turn.
So, just noticing a minor problem. Sorry about this. I just realized one of the things I lost in the river there or whatever were my torches. So I never actually had any torch to light.
That's alright. Maybe,
Maybe I found one.
yeah, maybe someone gave you a torch.
Scamp
Okay.
could have given you her torches. She never uses them. I have 10.
Well, if that were the case, then maybe I should go chase that other one.
No, come help me finish this one off.
Do you need... Oh, okay.
Let's kill this one, and then go after that one.
Okay, I'll swing Reckless.
You hear a disembodied voice telling you to help kill this one. Do you follow directions from a disembodied voice?
23 hits. And you whack the cloaker for 5 piercing damage. 16 hits. And you whack him for another 4. Scamp.
I'm gonna move down to here and try and produce flame at it at disadvantage because it's prone.
That hits. As it brings itself up, it exposes its underbelly. The produced flame explodes underneath it for 5 fire damage. Have a look here. Actually. Better check something. Okay. The other cloaker to the north has disappeared. Nox, you're up.
Is that thing still prone?
Shut up! I'm trying to get up!
Screw it. I'll throw a firebolt at it at disadvantage.
That's a hit. Alright, so double up with Scamps, produce flame, both firebolts hit it. You deal another 17 points of fire damage and the cloaker is very badly burnt. Its manta-ray-like wings are shredded and have gaps in them. Alright, the first thing the cloaker does is whip its tail onto that torch and snuff it. Then it rights itself and it's no longer prone. Sort of hovers up using the tail almost like a stand. And it's going to try and bite Brew. And it hits for 7 piercing damage and it attaches to you. And then it's gonna do its tail attack on you as well, Brew. And a 21 hits for another 9 slashing. And the cloaker is in the light enough for the duplicates to be gone from Nox's torch. It desperately tries to move away. It'll move here and then try to get out of the torchlight. But it's still in it. Dagger.
Let's try stabby stab.
25 is a hit. And
Oh, that is shit damage.
you stab the cloaker for 6 as Brew also takes 6 damage.
Disengage.
You're invisible, so you can just move away without an opportunity
Okay,
attacking
just
you.
Move away. Try to drag it back towards the light, Brew.
Go into the light.
Rolling.
I'll just try to hit with a vicious mockery. At this point.
Alright, the cloaker fails and takes 6 psychic damage.
You're a terrible cloak. No one will ever want to wear you like that. Yeah, then I'll move another 15 feet this way.
I'm gonna wear you in my mouth.
That doesn't even make sense. Literally, because I can't understand you.
And, oh yes, you take half of that damage, Brew.
Oh, even the psychic damage?
Yep, it transfers
Wow.
the damage through its
Alright
tail.
then. Interesting. Alright, that's all I can do.
Brew.
No, I'll just attack. Well, I guess no. I'll try the strength check. Try to take it off.
Alrighty.
I'll throw some.
Alright, that'll be a 9. It's a strength
That's gonna-
check, not a saving throw.
Yeah, I'll throw the bardic on it.
D8.
15 is not quite enough. You try your very best to unattach the tail. You almost get it, but then it just constricts some more and is still attached.
Very close.
Scam.
Can I try and pull the thing off of Brew?
Sure. Make me a strength check. Scam. You start like trying to unwind the tail, Scamp, but then you realize you're actually doing it the wrong way and you're actually winding it around Bruce some more.
Is the square to the north one I can actually stand in, or is that too much rock?
Yeah, that's the wall. You can't stand there.
I'll stay here.
Nox.
I will. Jesus, I can't really. Yeah. fire another firebolt at it.
Dagger's in that square.
Huh?
Dagger is in that
She's
square.
not. Below me. She's in this square in my. Sorry.
It's glitched up. Not so good. Let me.
Well, I can see it from here.
Let me fix the page up for you quickly. I think if I swap over, it might fix it.
Yep, there it goes.
Okay.
Cool. So I can still see it. So I guess I can fire at it from here.
Yep.
That's good.
A 13 does miss. Okay, the cloaker. It's going to try and completely wrap around Rue's face now. And it's going to be a regular... actually, it's going to... it's sort of still reeling from Roland's insult. So it's actually going to do a tail attack first. At disadvantage. And a 10 misses. And after it gets over the insult, now it's going to try and bite Rue and wrap around his face with advantage. And it crits. It wraps around you, Rue, for 16 points of damage. And it's fully attached to your face. And now you're also blind and unable to breathe while it's wrapped around. You will see this black leathery film just completely covering Bruce's face and just sort of the outline of his nose and mouth and whatnot. Underneath it, the cloaker's leathery skin. And then the cloaker ends its turn there. Dagger.
Okay, here's hoping that Brew can get himself out of that off and detach that. I'm gonna move here and hold my attack in the hopes that Brew can get it off of him.
Okay, so you ready? An attack for if
Yeah, I'm
Brew
ready.
gets the cloaker off.
Yeah, I'm running it for when Brew gets it off of him.
Okay.
I believe.
As you get close, you can see
Thanks.
the cloaker now has like got its tail free and it's able to sort of defend itself with its tail while it's still wrapped around Rue's face. Roland.
See, does Brew have to hear me to... Okay, yeah, he doesn't have to hear me. I'm gonna cast, I'm gonna cast Healing Word at 2nd level on Brew. It's a bonus action. Do I think that'll transfer just like the damage and heal the cloaker?
You'll find out.
Watch me like max roll and then... No, that's not even close to a max roll.
And Brew
That's the
healed
worst roll.
for 6 points, and it
Sorry,
doesn't.
Brew.
It doesn't work in reverse.
That's literally the worst I could have done for you, Brew. I'm sorry. And then for my action, I'll dodge.
Yeah.
Since I can't. Wait, no. For my action, since I heal Brew a little bit, and I want to keep the tail at disadvantage, I will attempt to mock him again. Jesus, with
Alright.
the rolls.
It fails and it takes 1 psychic damage, as Brew does as well. And the cloaker it's like wrapped around Brew's face, but its head is just sort of perched like in front of Brew's face. And it's just like calls out to you, "Nobody, you're next, elf boy!"
Yeah. Still can't understand what you're saying, buddy.
Dagger is translating every word. Alright, you're up, Brew.
Because I find it amusing.
Dagger's trying to tell you to rip this thing off your head.
Bonus action rage.
Alrighty, Brew goes into rage mode.
And try to tear it off my head.
And you grab it and throw it off of you like a cloak that was attached around your head. Its wings billow about, and that will trigger your reaction, Dagger. Dagger, you stab it with a 19. And you just jam the rapier straight through its skull. Killing it instantly.
Let's hurry while you're still invisible, Dagger. It's not going to last long.
Oh, that's what you're concentrating. Give that back.
Cure wounds on Brew for 3rd level.
Alright, you guys quickly run forward. And for the encounter with that cloaker, you each get 780 experience points.
Wow.
I'm gonna get Produce Flame up and going again too.
As you run forward, you see another guardhouse here, and beyond it, with the gate already raised, there is a massive cavern. It is huge. And as you look out into the cavern, see the walls coated with this blue crystal. But let's take a 10-minute break and see what else is in the cavern when we get back.
That's crazy.
Like you planned that.
I didn't realize that it was already this late. Wow.
So you guys make sure.
We've chewed through a lot tonight already. Not in a bad way, it just happened.
Yep. Man, I tell you what, my players on Monday night, they like I have a table that I like them to roll on for like during downtime activities, so like random things will happen to them, or like they'll get like addressed by different people or whatever. And I also have a table for carousing, so like I get them to, if depending on what they're drinking, I'll make them do several constitution saves, and if they fail enough of them, they get blackout and they have to roll on the carousing table, and they usually wake up in some strange place.
Just tell me one of them is like some random stranger's bedroom.
So I have this one guy. He's playing an alcoholic wizard, and this all started off with his character Laura getting blackout drunk one night and waking up and finding a piece of parchment on her chest. She woke up in her bed, but she had changed her last name legally to Mount, which is the last name of her like rival at the Blackstaff Academy.
Oh no.
And it started from there, and then it has just spiraled out of control. So I mean, we're still on track on the dragon heist stuff, but like they're already talking, like there's this full blown like conspiracy theory about the Malfoys, and like maybe try to summon some demons underneath their place and say it was them and frame them for it. And I was like, man, I just think it's funny sometimes what the players will come up with.
I got really excited when you said you had an alcoholic wizard, because all I could think was, please tell me you've got a character playing Rick Sanchez.
Very close to Rick Sanchez. Maybe not as smart, but.
Yeah, no, like I have one of my players who's like, I really want to be Rick Sanchez. I was like, ooh, we could try. I'm like,
it's
you
gonna
can
be
try.
Very difficult.
So instead, he's he's playing a drunk monk.
Oh.
So he's really smart, but it's more like street smart.
Okay.
And he's just blatantly like, "You're all idiots. I hate you all." Why? Sure, let's go do this the most dangerous and most hard way we can imagine. It's just kind of like ridiculous.
Yeah, but I told my guys. I mean, so I thought that they were going to be in the vault. This past, yesterday, I thought they were going to be in the Vault of Dragons, but they spent literally half the session. Like, one of the downtime, one of the guys is a criminal. Like he's a like part rogue, part trickery cleric that worships Mask, the god of thieves. So he hooked up with this other character to do. I let him do like a double downtime, like put it in together, and they went and robbed the Malfoy house. And it took up so much of the session. It was funny.
It's alright, my character spent almost an hour and a half interrogating someone that had nothing to do with it. They just thought they did because they happened to be there as well. They're like, "You're not telling the truth. Tell us the truth." And like it got to the point where I was just like, the character's just like screaming at them, just like, "I don't know who you're talking about." It will be really funny for when our warlock realizes, though, that they were interrogating a arcane trickster who entirely used Mage Hand to pilfer her wand of magic missile.
Oh, that's fantastic.
No, it will be really funny because it's going to probably be like a couple of sessions before she figures it out. Because she doesn't use it very often. She's going to go like, "And I pull out my wand of magic missiles." And I'm just going to go, "And
no, you don't."
Not there. And she's going to be like, "What?" She's going to be very upset with me. They have a really nasty, like, I don't know about your, like, my players, it's kind of funny. I can tell there's that, like, level of tunnel vision they get where they will kind of blow through areas without actually, like, looking around or paying attention, or, like, people they interact with, and it'll just be like these, to them, it's just not that important, so they just keep going, and I'm just like, cool. No big deal.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Sometimes they'll do that, but a lot of the times they'll focus in too much on like one specific little thing. Especially, I have this one guy. I was letting him play a gunslinger, which I still think is just a little overpowered. But I was letting him play a gunslinger, and he was like a lawman, like a marshal kind of guy, and he, after all the other interactions and stuff that's been going on, he was like, "Man, I just want to play a bard. I just want to play a bard." And I was like, "Okay, I'll let everybody have one free, reroll, if they want." But I said, "But just be aware that there are only like 2 or 3 sessions left." He said, "I still want to do it." So he switched over. Hey. Which he's playing a glamour bard as well, so I know a lot about the abilities that he has, but
yeah, no. So it's kind of funny. Every one of my players actually, he's already told me if this character dies, or his current character dies, he actually really wants to do the Blood Hunter that Matt Mercer came up with.
Mm-hmm.
And I've like read through it. I'm like, this sounds pretty fun, so we've been kind of hashing it out just in case something comes up, and I'm just like, "Oh, well, we'll see what happens as we go." And I'm like, I'm not entirely against it. It's just a matter of like, because he's not, it's kind of funny, he's like not a forethinking player enough to like min-max the character, so I'm like, it wouldn't be that bad, you know what I mean? He wouldn't like go like 9 levels deep ahead knowing where he's going with it, kind of thing. He's like, it just sounds really cool. I like heard about it, whatever, and I was like, all right, like, sure, why not?
All right. How's everyone doing?
Pretty.
Right,
really missing Cass right now.
Indeed. He's probably dead. 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 He's probab So, I'm joking. So,
Are you though? I mean,
so, as you guys come into this cavern, it is enormous, also breathtaking. You desperately search for the cloaker, but you don't see it. And very quickly, the
Invisibility
will go.
You fucking coward!
I'll light a torch.
Alrighty, Bruce strikes a torch. And the torchlight doesn't even reach the ceiling. Those of you with dark vision can just see the ceiling with littered with stalactites, but they're not stone stalactites. In fact, they are naturally formed crystals hanging down from the ceiling of a iridescent blue color. And in the middle of the cavern, you see this 30-foot long, 10-foot wide fissure cut across the middle of the ceiling like an open wound. And you can hear this ominous moan throughout the entire complex, but you're unable to discern exactly where the moan is coming from. When you guys speak in this area, your voice echoes off the crystal formations that reflect the sound and amplify it, as well as any light that you have. The light sort of seems to dance off the walls, and all over the walls there is this natural formed blue crystal draping down that resembles frozen waterfalls. It's very beautiful to behold. And when you speak, your voice echoes 100 times.
Place is very beautiful.
yeah, well, scam.
Too bad it's ruined by all the moaning. I kind of yell out. Like that.
Scam, mon ami. Would you happen to have a way to track things, the living things?
I mean, if it left tracks in the ground, I could, but I don't have any magical means of just finding a flying creature, I don't think.
Did we hit it? Is it bleeding? Can we follow a trail?
Can I see if I can find any trace of where it might went?
You make a survival check, Scamp. Alright, you do find a little bit of a blood trail, but it actually ends at the mouth of this cave, and then it just completely ceases. And
So I'll point it out to them.
it was headed sort of in a northwesterly direction, sort of this way, and then it just stops.
You think it went into that fissure?
How high up is that fissure?
60 feet high, and it's very deep. In fact, none of you can see how exactly deep it goes. Just peer up into darkness. It's more of a silhouette for those of you that have dark vision.
I'm going to kind of walk about, kind of like hold my hand out, and I'm going to lob a firebolt just kind of up the center of it to see if it like helps light up anything.
Alright, you cast a firebolt straight into the fissure, and for a brief moment as the firebolt whizzes into there, you can see this dazzling array of blue colors dancing around the floor like a kaleidoscope, and you see into the fissure. It's about 20 feet deep, and there are many crevices and cracks within it.
If it is up there, then He's just hiding like a coward.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the cloaker, this would be an absolutely beautiful place.
Alright, everyone stop. Alright, at
Oh,
this stage,
shit.
I need everybody to make me a wisdom save. This moaning intensifies. Alright, when you hear that moan, Brew, you become frightened. And Nox, you become frightened.
Does Dagger still have...
Yeah, it hasn't been 10 minutes, and during this time you've had to douse Brew as well.
Okay, we would open the bag over.
And yeah, do you want to use Inspiration Dagger on the save? You're not sure if you've saved or not.
Yeah, I will. Is that a D8?
Yeah.
It's a D8, yep. Oh, look at that.
Alright, you save as well. So Nox, Roland, and Brew become frightened. And when the cloakers moan, they betray their locations.
Wait, cloakers?
Yes.
We should have known.
Yeah, we should have.
One is
Really, we should have.
just inside the fissure, and another one just clinging to the wall to the north. It's teamed up with its companion. And it's not until they moan that you even see them. In fact, you looked directly at them, Nox, and you're unable to tell where it was. Because they moaned, they both gave away their location. You noticed they have their phantasms up. Dagger, you're up first. This one is 60 feet up, and the other one is 30 feet up on the ceiling, clung to the wall. This one is in the fissure. And you guys weren't able to be surprised for two reasons. One, because you were aware there's danger in here, and two, because they moaned to give away their presence.
Okay, I will. And crossbow. This one. The one that's barely within range.
"20 hits. Roll me a D100 dagger." You hit and kill one of the duplicates. And this is the very badly injured cloaker. It also only has one duplicate left, so you just see two cloakers in that area.
I'm gonna bonus action back down here to the scamp.
Alright, Brew, you're frightened, so you're not able to move any closer to this cloaker.
Alright. Looks like I don't have any missile weapons left. Yeah. I'll take a dodge.
Roland, you're also frightened.
Okay. I'm gonna call out to Scamp. Do you think it would be? Do you think Willow would mind if we destroy a little bit in here? Don't want to use the shadow spell if that's the case.
I think she would mind if we harm anything aside from the cloakers.
She did say that this is not part of her forest.
Oh, okay. Well then, no, never mind. Have at it.
All right. Then I will put a second level shatter on top of where I'm hearing the moan come from. So I guess it'll be this one that's in directly north of me.
Alright, roll us a D100. And you hit the cloaker. 17 or 8 thunder damage. Hit the true one. And dozens of these tiny little crystal shards rain down like glitter.
And I'm gonna move to, and I will, for the last one for this rest anyway, I will do another power chord as it reverberates spectacularly off the walls of this place.
You cause like all of the crystal to sort of crack. Wow! And it is almost deafening.
And this time I'll be able to get everybody. So everybody gets 8 temp hit points and can move their full movement speed as a reaction. If we want to group up.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll come to you. Oh, no, I won't, because I might need shield. I ain't moving.
You don't have
I'm
to.
gonna stay where I'm at.
Temporary hit points are probably the more important thing at this point anyway. Alright.
Scamp.
I'm gonna try and lob a produce flame at the only guy I can see. It's right there.
Okay. You throw the flame over and roll me a D100. A 62 hits and kills one of the duplicates.
I'm gonna go hide behind Brew.
Nox, you're also frightened, so you can't move any closer to the cloaker.
What's the range on Shatter? 60 feet?
120 for Shatter, I think.
Shatter's 60.
Ooh.
Oh, it's only 60?
Yeah.
Oh, I could have swore.
Yeah, I'll throw out a Shatter at this bad boy because I don't like what they do. Standard second level.
It's Hypnotic Pattern that's 120. Okay. I got it mixed up.
Give us a D100 roll, Nox.
Might be better to hit one of the duplicates at this
And
point.
you destroy one of the duplicates. Now each one only has one duplicate on it.
Cool.
Alright, this cloaker is going to fly down to you, Dagger. It actually has to dash to reach you.
I'm gonna eat your face, you stupid! You know pain and pain only! Double attack!
Actually, the cloaker is going to move, hovering 20 feet above you and dodge. Now.
Oh, double attack!
Alright, this cloak is able to reach you Dagger. Oh, not quite. It's able to reach you for a stinger attack, and that's what it'll do. It comes in with its tail first, and misses. It just slashes in the air, and the cloaker remains 15 feet in the air. It flies back
You
up.
abandoned me, Scamp.
Yeah, 15 feet. So it's out of melee reach from anyone on the ground.
Distance support.
Dagger.
Okay.
And the frightened effect has worn off now too, by the way.
Oh, excellent.
I'm going to bonus action disengage over here to Peru. Okay, I'm going to attack the hurt one.
Give us a D100 roll. And roll damage.
Oh, ignore the sneak attack.
You shoot the cloaker out of the sky, and it just spins around, hits the ground dead. Bolt lodged into its skull.
Nice one, Dagger.
Brew. The fear effect has worn off.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute.
I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, I will just have to ready an action in case it comes in melee range. Ready an attack.
Okay.
Actually, can I ready... I have a net. I'm gonna ready and try and net it. Give it a taste of its own medicine, if it flies.
Alright. Rolling.
Alright. That's the wrong thing. I'll get a little closer and yell out at it while strumming on my guitar. Just mockery.
Okay. Roll me a D100. And you destroy one of its duplicates. In fact, the only duplicate left. Now there's only one cloaker in that area.
Alright. And step back one. That's it.
Scamp.
I'm going to see if I can move up to produce flame it. Yeah, we'll have another produce flame it.
Alright, you're at disadvantage from it dodging. And a 15 hits it. For 10 fire damage. And the cloaker starts to swoop down. It looks very angry. You just killed my best friend! Knocks.
Cloakers have friends too, you know.
Can I free? Oh, it doesn't have any more things.
We're just innocent cloakers. You are the bad guys here. We have a family.
And you shoot a firebolt at the cloaker as it's just going on.
Not anymore.
And, 12 is a miss, Nox.
Oh, it has disadvantage because I can't. It's not light.
It's
That's right.
dodging. Taking the dodge action.
Oh, it's dodging. All right.
I'm gonna eat your face.
And it swoops down at you, Nox. And I think that's in range for your net there, Brew. No, it's not. It'll, first of all, before it gets in melee reach, it's gonna try and hit you with its tail, Nox. And you bounce the tail off with a shield. And the cloak is going to get in range for a bite, get in a bit closer, and a 17 misses. And then it's going to fly back up 15 feet in the air. And now it'll be in your range for a net as it swoops around to the side.
Hooray!
So it's a ranged weapon attack at disadvantage.
Oh, you mean like right now? Sorry, I thought you meant on my turn.
Yep.
Sorry.
Now, well, you readied it, so it's a reaction. A 16. It hits the cloaker as you throw this dragnet over the cloaker, and it becomes restrained. The cloaker just sort of flaps around inside this net.
Ah, get this off of me! Animal cruelty!
You're not an animal.
And
I want you to be overfished! This is an overfishing zone!
and yeah, it's just stuck, sort of fluttering around in that spot. And that's where the cloaker ends its turn. Dagger.
Stabby stab.
It's not in melee reach. It's still out of range for that.
Okay, then I won't move. I'll do shooty shoot.
Well, it's still stabby stab, just with an arrow rather than a rapier.
A 15 hits,
Say no to poaching, kids!
and you shoot it for 19 points of damage.
Adventure brutality!
You started it.
Look, if you didn't attack, we wouldn't have known you were here.
Brew.
I look around for a rock to throw.
There are pieces of crystal all over the ground that you could throw as an improvised weapon. Make a ranged weapon attack. And it'll do 1d4 damage.
I'll just
Right.
roll this 'cause it's the same.
Your dex is the same as your strength, right?
Yeah.
Okay. A 16 hits. And you throw a rock at it for 6 bludgeoning damage. You boop it on the head.
Ow.
Rolling.
Oh, look at you. You're just stuck in a net. Not very good at this, are you? Come on.
I've
Yeah.
heard about you, you meanie!
Takes 4 psychic damage.
Oh man. I'm pretty much all out of bonus action stuff, so that's it.
Scamp.
Do I know if produce flame would destroy the net?
No.
No, I don't know, or no, it wouldn't.
No, unless you unless you target the
Good
net.
question, though.
Yeah, you just say like you hit it on its underside
I am not targeting the net.
with the the net over the top of the cloaker. It's a crit. As it's like going on, you just like toss this produce flame up, and like it goes into the cloaker's mouth, and it swallows it. And you just see it like cause a little mini explosion. Nox.
I'm guessing I can reach out and touch this bad boy.
He's not in melee range, no.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. Yeah, no, 5-volt.
Yeah, unless you had like a reach weapon. A 19 hits for 14 fire damage, and the cloaker is almost completely dead.
He's not. I'm not. He's. His tail is still in melee range.
Yep.
Fuck it.
Alright, he's gonna try and tail attack you, Nox, at disadvantage. And he still hits you for 10 slashing damage. Slashes you. And then he's just trying to bite at you, but his neck's not long enough. Actually, I guess he'll bite the net. He bites his way out of the net. I should have done that first! And then he like just flies up another 20 feet. And he's gonna fly over here. I'm watching you. Looking down at Roland. Dagger.
Shoot.
The bolt misses. Brew.
Oh, look around for a piece of crystal I can huck.
There's another one. It's a nice sharp piece. And that hits. You throw it like a dart and it just hits the cloaker straight in the eye. Ah! The cloaker just spirals down to the ground
Fantastic.
and lands in Roland's arms. And then the cloaker, sort of coughing and spluttering, this shard of crystal sticking out of its eye. It just starts speaking to you, Roland. Dagger translates. We were just misunderstood. Maybe where you're from, you don't suck people's brains out, but it's very normal where we're from. We just tried to get along in your society.
It was more the moaning. It was loud and
Ooh, we're
distracting.
still off key.
I just let it fall. Just
You roll it down on the ground.
Can I like gather some distinct piece of it as like what I think would be accepted as proof that we've taken care of at least some of the displacer beasts?
Yep. You grab a knife out, scamp, and you cut its tail off. And you think it might even be like useful for crafting. You'd make like maybe like a vicious weapon out of it or something. Get a cloaker tail. And you also get 1,560 experience points each. And as you're standing there, Scamp, you notice something is strange about this wall with your passive perception.
Hey guys, there's something strange about that wall over there.
It looks a little bit different from the rest of the wall.
Should I use the one? Go ahead. Sorry.
It's just a slightly different color. It looks like a bit less worn than the rest of the wall in the area.
Should I use the Wand of Secrets?
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
I whip it out and Wand of Secrets.
Alright, use a Wand of Secrets and you detect a secret passage in the wall here. Immediately, as a shockwave from the Wand of Secrets is expelled, the wall becomes translucent and you can see right through it. The passage leads out into the forest. The wall is completely illusory.
Well, let's hope none of the cloakers decided to take a leave out of this place here.
We got them all, hey? You reckon?
One would hope.
The moaning
maybe-
is gone. The first time that this persistent moaning has ended since you've entered the cave.
Should we take the whole torsos back? Could we skin them or something? Well, oh, I do have survival skill.
I don't see
Anyway,
why not. I'm
And
not particularly handy with that.
you basically empty the entire bag of holding over brew at this stage.
right.
Just
Hurry back.
The back? Is this
It's
the
still
back of the
translucent.
house?
It is. You can see the stone branches. You can still see the shadow of them on this map.
Maybe we should stop by the pond to get some more water for brew.
There's enough. There's enough still.
I think it would be. Here's the way back. Here, I believe.
What doesn't kill me can only make me sick.
Alright, the
Hello, Mr.
bear is
Bear.
still waiting here.
Hey, food, guys.
I'll look around at the party because I gave him all of my rations last time.
I'll give him some scritches and a couple more rations.
Ooh, scritches. I'm a good boy, aren't I?
Yes, you are, Mr. Bear.
Seeing he likes scritches, I'll give him scritches too.
Oh,
Oh,
I'll be waiting here for you all. We're best friends now.
as is appropriate.
Minus the aboleth. I think Scamp likes levels 4 and 5.
Hey, forest lady. You really like me like a friend?
Of course.
Oh, Willow told me your people, you have names. Do you have a name?
I'm Scamp. Do you have a name?
Oh, my name is Bear.
Bear is a fine name.
Yes, but all other bears' name is Bear as well. You all have different names.
Well, with my people, usually our names come from kind of our actions and what we like to do. Is there anything you like to do a lot?
Yes. My name will be Eat Ration.
Eat ration it is.
Eat ration, first of his name.
We're just going to call you Ration for short. It's called a nickname. It is beautiful.
Okay. I will wait here for you.
Oh, Yogi would be a fantastic name. He does like to eat a lot of picnic baskets.
A nice little picnic basket. Alright. Eat Ration waits for you guys out the front of Willow's tower as you guys are greeted by Halistry again.
Hello.
And he takes you in to see Willow. Let's move on over. We can actually find where you guys are on this gigantic map. Oh, looks like Nox is riding the Displacer Beast. Get off that Displacer Beast. Okay.
That she named after her dead best friend or dead friend or whatever, I think. Isn't it the same name?
It is.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
As you guys enter, Willow is there in a meditative state again, and she seems surprised. You're back so quickly. I noticed that you took off, so I made it daytime, so you could see better.
Yes, thank you.
She looks at you with her glowing eyes. They're as green as emeralds, and she's got a few butterflies nesting in her tangled black hair, and you notice a few squirrels gathering around her feet, and a hamster, and there is a koala resting on her shoulder as well. Little koala bear.
Camp is low-key jealous.
Koalas, nasty creatures.
I saw you enter the cave, and you have emerged. What of it?
We took care of the displacer beasts. There were 3 in total, and I'm gonna pull out the tail that I've salvaged from one and kind of like present it to her.
Ah, yes. You mean cloakers, right? You said displacer beasts.
Yes, I meant cloakers. Sorry.
She like checks Chrisson. Don't worry, Chrisson, it's okay. Chrisson growls. Arr!
I'm very sorry. It's been a long day.
Yes, you have been through much. This is evidence enough, and I can already hear an absence in the moaning. You have done well. You have shown me that you truly do care for my ecosystem. You have not harmed a single animal, chopped down any trees, or created any fires. As I have promised, I shall restore your friend. But, again, my magic is drained for the day, so I will have to perform that spell on the morrow.
No, that's just fine.
Okay. Dunk time.
We will happily make a camp, ensuring no fires, and have some granola.
And your ladyship, if you come across someone in the water, he's probably a friend of ours. He's tall. He might be soggy and suffering the same affliction as we have.
Yes, I understand. I will send my giant octopi to search for him.
Great idea. We were going to send ours, but it's a day off for the giant octopi.
Oh.
We don't have any giant octopi.
Shush! I wish I used to. I made friends with them when I was a wee pirate.
I'll not make you any promises, but I can certainly lend you that favor. You have done well, but there is more to be done. And Halistry is he comes with like pails of water to keep throwing over you, Brew, as you stand here.
Thank you, Tree.
No problem.
Lady Willow, I forgot to ask this last time. I have this magic item that if I plant a shrub in it, it will come to life. Do you happen to have an extra shrub that maybe your ecosystem could do without?
Oh, so you want to do like a trade?
If I have anything you would like, yes?
Sort of like a try now and pay later sort of deal.
I have some. You could offer some beans. I have this bag of beans. You could offer one of these.
Liz Camp shakes her head
Brew whiskers.
vigorously.
I'm afraid my shrubs are loyal to me, and they will not listen to you, Scamp. They are the ones given life by my hand. They are bound to me. However, the bear, the one that you saw fishing by the lake, he has grown quite fond of you, Scamp. And if you trade me the seed, I'd be quite willing to release the bear unto your friendship and companionship.
You mean the pot?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that would be fine.
Very well then, it is done. You'll need some time to bond with the bear, but I can imagine that will be very easy for you, as your affinity with animals comes naturally.
The Scamp will get out the pot of awakening and then present it to her.
She takes it and places it down next to her throne. Roland, I notice you have some concern about my displacer beast. I can sense it in your body language and tell it by looking into your eyes. You've noticed that I call the displacer beast Chrisson, and the evil spirit that tried to trick you shares the same name as does my best friend.
It did cross my mind, yes.
Indeed, I did name my displacer beast after one of my friends. Someone I befriended many, many years ago. An adventurer who came to my forest. He came here lost and injured. And despite his injuries, he had a presence about him that the animals liked. He seemed to fit in well with my ecosystem, so I took him into my tower and nursed him back to health. He grew quite close, and we were destined to live a happy life in this beautiful forest gifted to me by Alistair. I had lost trust before for your kind. Over 200 years ago, I fell in love with another, a wizard, an apprentice of Alistair's. He told me to come into this place called Undermountain. He told me of the many vast wonders that it beholds, but when I came here, I found nothing that would please me. No woods, no forest, no animals. And I conversed with Alistair Blackcloak. I expressed my concerns to him, and he used several powerful wish spells to create this forest. But this made Yin-Yak quite jealous, and Yin-Yak forbid me from ever returning to my forest home. I wanted to bring my other kin here so we could live in peace in this delicate ecosystem. And Yin-Yak would not allow me. He stood in my way. And that is the last time anyone had ever stood in my way. I did return to my forest, but I grew to love my woods here. And so I have remained. I felt guilty for Yinyark's death. Somehow responsible. But was it so wrong for him to prevent me from visiting my kin? So, when Chrisson grew close to me, Alistair intervened. I feel that he has a hold over me, and I know that he corrupted Chrisson. Alistair wants to keep me here a prisoner. He corrupted Chrisson's mind, and I was forced to end him as well. As you can see, I am quite untrusting of your kind, and you still have not won my trust. You are in no better moral standing than you were when I saw you washed up on my shore. But you have proved to me your willingness to cooperate with me and the ecosystem of my woods. I will not allow you to pass deeper into Undermountain. Simply will not do. You will wander my woods and visit Turlai the dragon. He will help you get to the lower levels. There are many teleportation gates on this level. Once you make friends with Turlai and he has approved of you, then you can complete the task that I will set out for you. You will return to level 4, and you will destroy the aboleth that is tainting my river. If you can complete this quest I have given you, then I'll allow you to pass beyond my level.
Seems reasonable.
So you shall accept?
So
I see no. Go ahead, Skip.
just to confirm, we need to make friends with Tirlai and destroy the aboleth in order to progress, not just destroy the aboleth.
Indeed, Turlai is a good judge of character, and if he deems you all worthy enough for his friendship, then I know you are the ones to fix the disruption to my ecosystem. Then I will allow you to leave my forest, because I know you will return victorious. Is this agreed upon?
I believe so.
Yes.
Messy one.
Very well then. And Scamp. This isn't going to be much use for me. Watching you fight the cloakers so willingly, even standing before me as you're in pain, showing me respect, it has reminded me that there is good in this world, and there is good among humanoids such as yourselves. So, to help you on your quest, I laid Chrisson to his final rest, and I procured his wand of fireballs. I will give it to you as a gift to ensure your success. Not only that, Scamp, I present to you this special armor stitched of roth hide. Not much use getting dusty on my shelves. Halistry,
Yes.
retrieve the items.
Yes, Willow.
And Halistry pushes on one of the stone walls and opens up, revealing a secret door in the corner, where you see a table very ornately carved from stone with several dust-covered objects resting on it. And leaning against the table is a wooden staff with a silvered tip draped in cobwebs. And Halistry scoops them up and presents them to you all, as well as the wand. So you guys get a wand of fireballs. It's a rare magic item that has 7 charges, and for every charge you use, you can cast fireball. If you use more than 1 charge, you upcast a fireball, and it regains 1d6 plus 1 charges daily at dawn. If you use all the charges, there is a 1 in 20 chance that the wand will turn to ashes.
We'll probably give that to Roland or Nox.
I mean, I would never turn it down, but Roland, my friend, I do believe you need something every now and then that can, lay down some hurt.
Well, I mean, it was given to Scamp. We'll figure it out.
Use it how you wish. And for you, Scamp, I present you this armor. She gives you hide armor of lightning resistance.
Sweet.
Rare magic item that gives you resistance to lightning damage. She also gives you a silvered scimitar. It's made from bone, but coated with silver. And 20 silvered arrows in a leather quiver. Again, bone arrows coated in silver. And a silvered quarterstaff. Same thing. Made from bone, coated in silver.
So I know druids can't wear metal. Would I be able to keep a silvered quarterstaff, or would that be against druidic?
They're all like druid weapons.
They're made of bone.
Yeah, they're like specifically made from bone. I think druids are okay with silver.
It's a metal. It's an earth metal.
Yeah, it is metal, but I think it's actually just armor. It's metal armor. I don't think druids have anything wrong with using metal weapons. But...
Yeah, I know I can't use a metal shield.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure. But I will thank her greatly. And let her know we're forever in her gratitude. We're
Very
grateful
well.
forever.
And then she takes her own staff out and she sort of tips it forward, and suddenly flowers start to sprout all around you, filling the room with a beautiful bouquet.
Wow.
Scamp looks just ecstatic.
Very well then. Go wander my woods. Make peace with the denizens here. Do not harm any of them. Be sure to visit the werebats. And, of course, you must gain Turalai's respect. Then you shall progress.
All right.
Thank you.
And you guys are also given a chance to take a long rest now, and then she will relieve you of your disease, finally, with a heal spell brew.
Thank you.
I will
Thank you, milady.
gladly take the long rest.
You guys rest up again, and you should be all recovered, all your hit points, all your hit dice, for your recovered of disease, and those people with the magic items can attune to them. That's the hide armor for Scamp.
Does the
fireball wand does require attunement too.
Oh, it does.
Yep.
Say, does anyone have any extra normal arrows?
I don't have normal arrows, but I don't have
I
a
do.
bow. So you can have the 20
I have a
silver
short
arrows.
bow and arrows.
If you could just spare me a few, and I think perhaps you would want the silvered arrows, hey, Dagger? So that in case you need to sneak attack from distance on something that requires more than requires magical. Requires something more than
Do you want the silvered scimitar, Brew?
Sure, yeah. Then I'd have something to do. Magic like. Sounds good.
It's not a magic weapon.
No, like, or whatever that affects werewolves.
Yeah, good against lycanthropes and other creatures.
Lycanthropy.
And who's going to get that wand? Can be attuned to by anyone
I
who
would
can
offer
cast
it to
spells.
both Nox and Roland.
Like I said, Roland, I
If-
have more things that can pack a punch than you do right now.
Would you be able to? Would he be able to add his elemental affinity, like on top of that? So like him.
I'm not everybody, Roland. Jeez.
So stereotypical, Roland.
Jeez, we don't all look alike, okay?
Yeah. Well, if I was a stereotypical bard, I would have tried to.
Tail, or did like I just
Nice.
present it and she was like, "Oh, fine," and
Yeah,
then
she doesn't
I
want
keep
it. Yeah, I don't want that. Ew. Yeah, you can keep that, and you can actually use it to craft like an uncommon magic item, like a vicious weapon or something.
I'm gonna hand it to somebody that has a bag of holding.
Oh yeah, you guys also get an extra week of downtime too. It's probably a good time in the story to use downtime as well if you want.
Oh, I have 4 weeks banked now.
There's only one
Damn.
problem. You guys don't have any of your gold at the moment, so
Yeah.
you guys can imagine maybe
Kill the
like
aboleth.
most likely the aboleth took your gold. You did see quite a big pile of gold already on that precipice where the statue was. So you think maybe the aboleth added all your gold to its hoard. But still, you've got absolutely no memory of what happened after the aboleth fight.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
Dagger has 8 weeks of downtime. You haven't used any Dagger?
Jeez.
Like learn a new language with that.
I've used 2 weeks. I used one for my rapier and one for my boots, and that's it.
Oh yeah. But yeah, you should have 7 then. Or did I? Maybe I gave you guys an extra one for Undermountain. For Skullport actually. Yeah.
I know what I'm gonna do with mine, but it can wait until we're not actually playing.
Sure. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys very much.
Well,
Like you said.
in that case, but no, I want to start the process of turning my guitar into an instrument of the bards. However, I'd need to do that.
That will require gold.
Gold. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bank those weeks then.
Let me take a look. I'm pretty sure that that would be crafting.
Yeah.
So, first of all, you'd need. It's an uncommon, right? The one that you want to get.
I mean, there's several of them of different varieties. I'd have to look at them, but I'm pretty sure one of them is uncommon.
Okay. Yeah, uncommon. It costs 200 GP, and then you need like an item of a creature from CR 4 to 8. Maybe you could use the cloaker tail, or I'm sure Scamp's got a few components too.
Oh yeah, there's 3 of them that are uncommon. How much would it be for a rare one though?
It costs 10 weeks and 2,000 GP.
Okay. Oh, I can just look at it.
Yeah, you could just look at it, Roland. I mean, come on. Yeah, no, give that a read through as well. You can get a better understanding of how it works.
Okay.
All right, guys. Everyone have a good night, and I'll see you next week.
Yep. Thank you very
Right
much.
on. Thank you, Sid.
Take care, guys. Bye bye.
Thank